Say hi, Wyatt.
No. Don't want to fucking do this.
You could have said no. You could have said no. Let's do it next week. But no, you agreed to it. You agreed to.
Reasonable.
But every time today, I was like, hey, we don't need to do this tonight. We could play Dino Blade. The demo just came out. I'm playing V Rising finally, and I'm running around as a cool vampire with cool vampire superpowers. We could be playing that RV game right now.
We could be, but you have to understand.
No, you have to understand.
I
Gramuglia is not. Gramuglia is neither enemy nor friend because he is never gonna fucking see.
I don't care. These recordings have been doing fairly well view-wise in terms of what they are. Like, they've been getting the one part 2 only got like 88 views. Part 1 and part 3 have gotten over 120 views. I gotta make money, Wyatt.
Oh shit!
I gotta make money. I gotta review.
Numbers extended to our other fucking work. That'd be great.
Yeah. But
Well, honey, you have to suffer.
Totally not didn't just bust my ass for a whole month editing a Dead Space playthrough.
Yeah. Link to that will be in the description. So, y'all need to go watch that. Subscribe to Yarp. I'm on there too. Right? We did a thing of Primitive War, which I gushed about the book despite its tisms, because I love the book.
I showed everybody the Dead Space remake and why it's of quality.
Yes. But, alrighty then. So, we're back with this. The Gramuglia, we'll probably have a part 4 because we got 41 minutes to go. So we're not going to get... All right. So here we go.
On false information.
Mahler, who does this? Like, who actually does this? Hell, one of the most popular punching bags, Chris Stuckman, outright talks about how his opinions shift over time.
I'm very curious to see what the...
He also made a review of Madam Web saying he's not going to talk about Madam Web!
Yeah.
God damn it, Anthony! Why? Every time you keep trying to point out, a quote-unquote enemy of EFAP, and then you give almost the exact fucking reason as to why we don't like him.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking coward. And I bet you his movie isn't going to be that good.
I actually heard from people who've seen it say it's actually kind of dull.
Shock of all shocks! The most boring and safe man made a boring and safe horror movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It really is. And like the thing about Stuckman is, sure, his opinions change, but they change in a way that
they change for the worse.
They change they change in a way that makes him more appealing to the industry. Not to necessarily the big companies like Sony, but individual directors that's like, oh hey, we can give you a bit of a rub, we can give you a bit of promotion for this indie film you're doing. Oh hey, you want to come in and do some writing, for some A24 pictures? A24, I think he would be very happy for,
Except that's never gonna fucking happen. It's never gonna fucking happen. Because the fucking, the Madam Web video is basically him going this movie sucks, but not because it's just a horrible fucking movie, but because the studio system is shit. The studio system that he is trying to get into.
And more importantly, the
it's
creator of Madam
Boros of shit.
The creator of Madam Web had a surprising amount of freedom as well. The studio didn't really interfere that much, if at all, with Madam Web. Madam Web is hilariously awful, by the way. It is so bad.
We had to stop every time something shit. The villain is practically the antithesis of how much Sony just can't use Spider-Man, to the point that the bad guy is just dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's really funny.
The legacy of these films will be over time, because as I said in my original review, and this is what I've always thought about Star Wars, we rarely ever decide in the present how people in the future are going to think about any movie. I mean, think about all of the films that critics trash when they came out that over the years have become classics, like Fight Club, for instance, is a big one. This movie is, I'm obviously not comparing it to Fight Club. I'm just saying that, like, in 20 years, when our kids are watching this movie, I'll be very curious to hear what they think about it.
They'll probably think it's shit.
I don't
Right?
think I'm gonna trust the opinion of a fucking child when it comes to Star Wars.
No, they're like when the child is like in their mid to late 20s. Like this, you said in 20 years, right? In 20 years, when our children go back and rewatch it. So like, if I have a kid right now, in 20 years, like when they're 20 when they watch it, let's say, but no, they'll probably think it's shit. They'll probably think it's terrible, unless the state of cinema somehow gets so bad that Rise of Skywalker is like, relatively speaking, prequel level quality to the Star Wars film of their generation. Which God help us as a culture if that happens.
Who actually just stops at their first feelings of a film and ends it there?
Hey, when they let her out of the...
Chris Stuckman. A lot of times.
A lot of people, because a lot of people have things to do. Mm-hmm. We're the weirdos.
Yeah, like normal people will just state how they feel and move on with their lives. So,
because they've got jobs, they've got mortgages, they've got children.
Cage, and they're heading into the city for their mission. She's like texting the Joker. Mm-hmm. Why does she have a cell phone?
Maybe she hid it in some crack.
Okay.
I really couldn't tell you.
She's had it in there for years.
Maybe she found one while they were walking around on the street. I really don't know. But yeah, she's...
Listen, you're being transferred. I don't know where you're going. It's for Mr. J. You gonna tell him I took care of you?
You're so screwed.
Red Letter Media created an assessment of Suicide Squad. This was a writing flaw they cited to assist in proving a conclusion about the film's poor quality without realizing they had missed a detail in one of the scenes. So they acknowledged the error, and despite that flaw in their assessment, their conclusion was still strong because of many other references that were accurate to the events in the film. And the conversation was once again completed after being amended, which is great. In fact, it's quite a positive experience for everybody involved. But not for these guys. To be wrong is to have your position weaken, so that is unacceptable, and therefore everyone is right. No one can be wrong, except people who use the term objective. They need to be burned at the stake.
This example right here of Red Letter Media getting a detail wrong.
Which, by the way, that's exactly what you're doing right now, Tony, to Mahler, so you're proving it right.
I literally got into an argument like 3 weeks ago about this. They did the whole art can't be rated objectively. It's like, and you ruin the feelings of the art, and it's just like, fuck off.
Okay, so I'm sorry, if somebody, like, picking apart a piece of art and, like, trying to rate it objectively or trying to look at it as objective as possible, if that person doing that hampers your own emotional investment in said pieces of art, then it's either, you know, a couple things. One, you personally deep down knew the piece of art was shit. You were trying to like it, and then people pointing it out makes you feel bad for trying to like it because you know it's shit. Or two, you're incredibly insecure about your own opinions, and anyone who has something that differs with it makes you feel uncomfortable. Or three, you get really pissy when people don't think the way you think. Like, I'm sorry, like, if someone doesn't have a level of... I know we meme on Sarah and whatnot about that and stuff, but, like, if she doesn't, like, get super emotionally invested in, like, Sicario or whatever, that's fine, right? We kind of poke jabs at her and whatnot, but that's fine. That's fine. I can understand that. But, like, I've seen so many people just get utterly pissy that oh no, I don't think I didn't get super hyper emotionally invested in X movie, or I just had no emotional investment in X movie because it just didn't gel well with me. Not because it was bad, but because it's like, sometimes you just don't like gel well with a movie or a game or a book or a comic for whatever reason. It could just be not your thing, not your genre, what have you. And then some people get really pissy and moany about it, and you'll just be like, look, man, I just didn't gel well with it. And sometimes it is just that just always annoys me. Sorry.
Wrong is exactly what I'm talking about, Mahler. And objective detail being incorrect didn't impact the overall argument because it's just one part of a larger whole.
It impacted it because they were wrong.
They were wrong about something. Even if like the whole of the argument ended up being correct, it doesn't matter because that piece of information was wrong. That's his point. Like, yeah, the rest of it was correct in everything, but like, I don't even think Mahler necessarily argues that individual piece, that if he's not even arguing that an individual piece of information given, if that's wrong, then the entire argument or the entire video is incorrect. Like, we all get individual things wrong, but it's more along the lines of, if you get more right than you do wrong, then that's good.
Then that's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, because we're always going to get little details wrong, or we're going to miss some things, maybe like misinterpret some things sort of based on how something may be presented or whatever. That's always going to happen.
Or, like, this can even happen, like, we all have our fucking moments of weakness where, like, something happens and it completely just ruins, like, our viewing of a thing. I like, for example, I accidentally let my, I pulled a YMS and got really annoyed at the seats I was at when I saw the Batman, that it tampered with my view of the movie.
Yeah.
This stuff just happens.
Yeah, it does happen. JoJo's Part 5, I remember watching it and I was really sick. Like, deathly ill. Like, I was hurting all over. And like, I was just really bad off. Sorry, not 6, Part 5. I can't really watch Part 5 anymore. I just always associate it with being deathly ill, and I associate it with just feeling nauseous and having massive headaches. It's not Part 5's fault exactly, and
people do this all the time with not even like they do this with food.
Mm-hmm.
In an objective analysis in science, for example, if some of the math doesn't add up, the equation can't hold, it falls apart. But in literary analysis, that doesn't really happen, because
no, it certainly can, depending on where the flaw is. If it's a fundamental flaw in the plot or character or just general continuity, which is my biggest sticking point, like if you have a critical moment or a critical piece of information that is just incorrect or creates a plot hole, it can destroy the entire thing. You can literally destroy an entire narrative with 1 or 2 issues, depending on where they are. Like, it is more than possible for that to happen.
That's why we call it Death of 1,000 Cuts.
Well, this isn't Death of 1,000 Cuts. This is death of getting shot in the face. Like, Death of 1,000 Cuts is when you have multiple small issues.
Right.
Like, piled up on top of each other. Where, like, if they were individual, if they were, like, scattered out throughout the story, like, far enough, you're like, okay. But if they, like, stack up on top of each other consistently. Whereas, like, fuck, I'm trying to think of an example. What one single issue completely destroys a narrative? Like, from anything that you can think of.
So it's I don't know, like, because you're putting me on the spot here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
I guess like I've always kind of keep going back to this, like Terminator 2. We were told the rules of the time machine, and yet Terminator 2, for the sake of a really good story, does forsake those rules.
I mean, but does it utterly annihilate Terminator 2's narrative?
It kind of like
Okay.
Otherwise the story cannot happen if they don't send if they like actually the story can't fundamentally happen at all because they already sent the T-800 back, and then that's how they sent Kyle. They then, like, after the fact, then said no, they sent the T-800, then they sent the T-1000.
Yeah.
So we sent Kyle Reese and then a T-800 that we hacked. No, like the second story fundamentally can't happen based on what Kyle had told us as the audience.
Yeah, true. For me, again, for one is Godzilla versus Destroya. Destroya cannot exist. It is impossible for Destroya to exist because he was created using the Oxygen Destroyer. But in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, they go back in time and remove Godzilla before he became Godzilla and all that nonsensical stupidity. So they removed him before he could be mutated. So if he was never mutated, the Oxygen Destroyer was never used. But they constantly reference the first movie. The first movie cannot happen in this timeline post Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah because there's no Godzilla to mutate and use the Oxygen Destroyer on. So Destroya cannot fundamentally exist. One of the massive thematic, one of the primary theme of the movie is utterly nonsensical because it's reliant on the usage of the oxygen of Dr. Serizawa's research into the Oxygen Destroyer. The constant references can't happen. Destroya, which is the main antagonist of the plot, and sort of like the representation of the Oxygen Destroyer, with trying to connect it all back, cannot exist because the Oxygen Destroyer could not have been used. Bag.
For real though, it was so unnecessary.
But yeah, no, like Destroya existing completely annihilates Godzilla vs. Destroya, or like just makes it shit because Destroya can't exist given the history, but he does because we have to have him. So yeah, like certain issues, if they're big enough, can destroy an entire narrative. Like it is more than possible for that to happen.
Analysis is not an objective science. It's a
certainly fucking can be.
Science has errors all the time, hence why we like try and try again. That's why you have to have like an hypothesis, and then you continue and continue.
Well, that's also the point of peer review. You do your experiment, you do your thing, you make your paper, you send it through peer review. They constantly go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and if they find either an issue or enough issues, they'll say, yeah, no, go back to the drawing board, idiot.
Perceived science. It's a matter of analysis through argumentation and interpretation. The problem is Mahler fails to understand this, that subjective opinion is informed by objective details.
Shut up.
We've already been over this.
It's like
we've already been over this point.
What fucking ass backwards fucking logic that you're trying to say just so you could be like, hey, I'm right.
Well, the thing is, like, he thinks that opinions are inherently subjective, which we've been over this in a previous part. An opinion can be formed with absolutely no fucking knowledge on anything. Meaning that it can be wrong objectively. Fuck off. And meaning an opinion logically can also be right objectively. Fuck off.
Mahler seems to think that subjective opinion is a safety net, but it's really not.
It literally is.
It is.
People use it all the fucking time. How many times people use say, this is my opinion that this thing is good and or bad, and it's like, well,
but that's just my opinion. Comment yours below. Like we constantly fall into this pit trap.
Well, yeah, like
when we look at these response, that's why we kind of one of those things that pisses us off sometimes about Doug. He'll fucking rail a movie and then just go like, well, that's just my opinion. And it's just like, what do you, Doug? You just tore the whole movie to shreds for like an hour.
Well, yeah, that's people use "that's just my opinion" like all the fucking time whenever they say something that might be controversial. Or something that
because they're cowards.
So that might go against the grain. Yeah, it is literally like a shield, because what's the point of saying that's just my opinion instead of just going, yeah, this is my stance, come at me, dumbasses. Like,
because it can never just be that. It can never just be an opinion.
Yeah.
Argument. Though I will give Marlowe this, saying this is my opinion to avoid getting criticized, that is a safety net.
Okay, well, he agrees.
You agree with him.
Yeah, you do. You agree with him. People do that all the time. So that was his point.
The most annoying thing on the planet.
Yeah, you agree with his point that he was making. Congratulations.
But to label something you found to be factual as objective is not something these guys want to do. People don't want to use it because it places a target on their back. It means that there is no safety net to fall back on, no chance to say, it's just an opinion. Let me have my opinion. You're essentially saying that your content is correct. So if it turns out to be incorrect when information is fact-checked or new information arises, you have to admit that you've made objective mistakes. Many YouTube reviews still accept it, and it's a great tool in an analytical arsenal because you can grow from understanding the difference between facts and feeling.
And that is something I don't personally like, when people do that. I think if you have a strong enough argument, you should stand up by it and say, hey, here's my interpretation. Here's my
argument. No one is 100% correct on anything, Gramuglia. There's only a few constant things that are just, constant in the universe that we live in. 2 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 2 weeks without food.
Well, I mean,
gravity.
But he's agreeing with us that people using "it's my opinion" as a shield are cowards, though.
Yes, but he's saying like they should but if they do that, they should stick to it. That they shouldn't ever change their minds.
Hold on. I thought he was talking about they should stick up for their stance instead of saying "it's my opinion." Isn't that what he's saying?
Let's bring him back.
Yeah.
Mistakes. Many YouTube reviews still accept it, and it's a great tool in an analytical arsenal because you can grow from understanding the difference between facts and feeling.
And that is something I don't personally like, when people do that. I think if you have a strong enough argument, you should stand up by it and say, hey, here's my interpretation.
Yeah, so he's agreeing with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
My argument. Saying it's just an opinion, I'm with Marlowe in this one. It can be a little grating at times. Using The Last Jedi as an example, arguing the film has no inconsistencies is different than arguing the film is bad because inconsistencies exist. And I'm going to make the argument here that the film is not consistent. There are issues with the film on a script level, which I've discussed elsewhere. I don't think it's the best Star Wars film. I don't think it's the best Rian Johnson film. But to argue that consistency is the sole metric of quality, that's not really a good argument. Robert McKay...
I mean, if it's not the sole measure of quality, it certainly comes fucking close. If your story
what else would you use?
If your story has no consistency, then it's just a bunch of events that happen. Remember, it's what is it like? It's and then storytelling, which is just a bunch of random shit happening, like stitched together, and then and then because storytelling, right? This happens because of this, and therefore this happens, like cause and effect. Like inconsistencies are inherently enough inconsistencies destroy your story. Again, a story is a series of events that is strung together using logical cause and effect at its barest of bare bones. Like any person who's any writer worth their salt is going to say, "Hey, try and have your stories make some level of coherent sense. Because the audience does need to like wrap their head around the events that are happening. If you just have random shit happening constantly, again, it's going to break the suspension of disbelief.
And then once that moment of once that suspension of disbelief is shattered, there's not really a good way of getting it back.
Exactly.
In his book Story, see, I incorporated the shelf in this case, argues character inconsistency actually enriches narrative.
What? It's good because it doesn't make sense? Are you once again arguing that, Anthony?
Okay, well, let's hear him out.
My brain just crashed out when he just said that. I was like, what?
Okay, let's just hear him.
That character dimension can be examined through how characters behave in ways that appear contradictory to their nature when pushed by conflict. Here's an example everyone knows.
Okay, but then that's not an inconsistency, is it, Anthony? If characters are acting, if a character is acting differently than they would under an immense amount of stress that they've never experienced before, that's not an inconsistency with their character. They're reacting to external forces. Inconsistencies would be in one scene, Geralt is doing Geralt things, banging hot women, killing monsters, playing Gwent, and then
Chat, how does he know?
and then in the next scene, he's skinning children alive and eating their intestines. Like,
Chat, how does he know?
But no, but that's a fun. I know enough about Geralt to know that's a fundamental inconsistency with his character.
Oh yeah, to the point that in Witcher 3, when you're asked to like rid a man of a demon that is effectively ripping his body to shreds, Geralt, when helping somebody, has a choice to throw a baby in an oven. And when you do it, he genuinely feels bad about it because he thinks he just killed a baby.
Mm-hmm. But
baby was completely fine because there was a back door to the oven, but it was basically to trick the demon into thinking that he had actually done it.
But yeah, but like, we're not talking about inconsistencies with the writing. We're talking about how a character reacts to external pressure and how you would write that. And again, that is consistent. Or like, if you're exploring morality of a character and trying to you're forcing them into making a choice. Like, again, it's that idea of character development where the development has to be coherent and make sense. I
don't believe you.
Yeah, like if a character is exposed to like events, like constant just a bunch of events that affect them in some way, they're probably going to change their perspective. That's not an inconsistency. There is a reason why they're doing it. It doesn't happen randomly. Like, you don't know what a character inconsistency is, Tony.
Of Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. He's driven to a murderous rage against the Green Goblin, when in prior films he fought to save his opponents.
But that's not an inconsistency.
That's also a different Spider-Man. Like, that's the reason why Toby stops Holland, because he doesn't want him to be a murderer.
Well, no, he also saved Vulture in Homecoming.
Well, right, but I'm more like, because at the end of the day, Vulture kind of didn't kill Aunt May.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why he's gonna kill Green Goblin, because he killed Aunt May. He killed his last family member. His last family member, like the closest person in his life, someone who basically his mom. Let's be real. Remember that line in Civil War?
I mean, Aunt May is his mom.
Yeah, Aunt May is his mom. Remember that line in Civil War? I don't care. He killed my mom.
Yeah. Also, I was more referencing that awful comic.
No. Oh, fuck off.
Yep. For those who don't know, I am going to get into this now. For those who don't know, there is a awful Marvel comic that is essentially, let's just watch Aunt May and Uncle Ben and Richard, and I forgot what Peter's mother's name is.
Mary?
Just watch them just have a bunch of sex, and then it turns out that May cheated on Ben with Richard.
Yep.
And Peter is actually May's biological child. You're welcome, America.
Yep.
Such as the Vulture from the destruction after their own fight. I'm not saying Mahler would regard this as a flaw. Spider-Man's arc is kind of well-defined. But someone using Mahler's structure without looking at the whole piece of the story might. They might...
Okay, but that's an entirely different argument, you fucking retard.
It is.
You started off by saying like inconsistencies can enrich a character, and then you lay it out as to, you know, why Peter going after the Green Goblin makes sense, because it's, you know, it's a character arc he's following through, and of course we know the context of why he's doing that, so it makes sense why he's doing that. And then you go and say someone who's not looking at the full context. That wasn't your argument. Your argument was that inconsistencies can enrich like a character, but which, by the way,
you gotta make sense when you stand with your argument.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, why
instead of making up something different.
Yeah, I watched Literature Devil's response to because he made a response to Anthony's video about him. The YouTube critics are lying to you.
Right.
Oh boy, does he expose Tony being an absolute lying scumbag.
I mean, because he is.
I know he is, but it was really not eye opening, but it was really interesting to see. It's like, oh, so he just omitted entire sections of Literature Devil's video that actually disprove what Tony is saying.
Oh yeah, because of course he did.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Look at two events that happen in separate movies with the same character and go, well, he didn't do this then, why is he doing this now? Removing it from the context of the arc leading up to...
And that's not being objective, you fucking dumbass. That's you're literally leaving out entire context. Mahler would agree with you. And that's not being objective. You're leaving out supporting references that would support this decision. What are you talking about? You're shifting the goalposts. You're shifting, well, maybe not shifting the goalpost. That might not be the fallacy I'd use, but you're changing the arguments.
That point. And I'm sure Mahler would say those people are being incorrect. But that's not the point. The point is that Mahler's structure inspired them to look at the film in that lens.
No, did it?
Your points are all over the place.
Okay, but like, who are these people? Who are these people? And and guess what? Even if his point his like method inspired them to look at it that way, they're not using the method correctly. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? People using a method incorrectly is not a knock against the method itself. If I use a gun to start my car, that's not the fault of the gun. That's me being a retard and using a gun incorrectly.
And I would very much take that gun away from you.
You'd have to pry it from my cold, dead mouth.
You know you're using it incorrectly, so therefore it's like that child with the fucking peanut butter. You're doing it wrong. You don't need to...
Or
some guy is dissing your fly girl. You just hit him with one of these moves, and then you pull out your shotgun and fire into the air. That's another Simpsons quote. Thank you and good night. And I just die.
But that's not the point. The point is that Marlowe's structure inspired them to look at the film in that lens for perfect, rigid consistency. Films don't really have that. And again,
films actually do.
They have like, as perfect as you can possibly get, because true perfection is impossible.
But you can get damn close.
Yes, yeah, you can get really, really close. Like, again, probably the best example, Lord of the Rings gets very, very close.
Yes.
I'd argue Hell's Reach, the book, gets really, really close.
Fair. It's not Marlowe's fault someone would do that. I'm not holding it against the guy.
I mean, yes, you are.
I think you are, actually.
I think you are as well. Like, I'm not holding it against the guy. Well, you were literally saying his.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Yeah, why did you have to bring it up though? Like, I don't know. Trying to cover your ass, I guess.
But I am saying this objective structure can lead to some objectively incorrect film takes.
And your structure could lead to some objectively incorrect film takes as well. What the fuck's the point? If someone doesn't use a method properly, it's not the method's fault. You bumbling, stumbling tard.
But Marlowe isn't really talking just about character consistency. He's also talking about plot consistency. And, well, that's also something I want to talk about as well. Consider this.
No.
James Whale's The Bride of Frankenstein is in many ways inconsistent with his original film. The first film introduces the story with an actor coming to the stage. The second introduces it with Mary Shelley telling her husband and Lord Byron the rest of the narrative. The first film ends with Henry Frankenstein, yes, Henry, not Vic like in the book, recovering in bed peacefully with his wife attending him.
Hold on. I need to catch that again.
And Lord Byron the rest of the narrative. The first film ends with Henry Frankenstein, yes, Henry, not Vic like in the book.
Why do you keep cutting yourself off, like, Anthony? Like, god damn it. I'm gonna fucking, like, once again with me editing, like, the Dead Space playthrough, so I've gotten really fucking, like, back into the swing of how I make our videos. Like, knowing when to cut someone off, like, knowing when you need to cut your own sentence off for a joke, for example. Like,
yeah,
you gotta be a lot more careful with this, because that's how you just end up making mistakes.
Yeah, that's... God damn it.
Recovering in bed peacefully with his wife attending him. The second film completely changes that, having them first discover Henry in the rubble of the wrecked windmill before being discovered by Dr. Pretorius. These are several inconsistencies among many between the two films, but most people agree Bride of Frankenstein is one of the first sequels to surpass the original.
I don't know, nor do I care in this instance.
Well, I've seen the original Frankenstein, but I have not seen Bride of Frankenstein. But if what you're saying is true, like, I mean, are these the only inconsistencies? Like, how plot critical are these things? You're giving a couple of inconsistencies, but, like, how major are they? Like, you can't So, like, I can't even say you're right or wrong unless you give me more details.
Quality, because these inconsistencies, though they exist, don't really matter, at least not to the audience.
Well, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
They do matter.
They do matter. If it doesn't matter if the audience cares.
If I want to tell a consistent story, then these details have to fucking matter.
Yeah. Like, no one is going to complain that something makes too much sense or has too much continuity. And if you do,
you're a fucking weirdo.
But, like, the thing is, I've never seen The Bride of Frankenstein, so I can't even say, like, how bad those inconsistencies are. But if they are huge inconsistencies that do completely, like, derail the plot or contradict or heavily contradict things in the previous movie, then the sequel is shit. But if these inconsistencies don't really matter in the long run and everything else about it, like, lifts it up, then fine. But I can't comment on it. I haven't seen it. And I haven't seen the original Frankenstein in years.
But what about internal inconsistencies in the plot? Well, again, they are two major questions to ask. Are these inconsistencies really inconsistencies, or did you not just get it? And do these inconsistencies impact your experience?
Inconsistency. I'll repeat it again. I know this is rich coming from my fucking dumbass. Slow down. Slow down. Jesus fucking Christ. This is your fucking job.
The media or the authorial intent of the media. One of those is an objective question. The other is subjective.
Wait, question. What if the movie ends up being really good, but the content involved goes against the authorial intent, like the Starship Troopers movie? Because Paul Verhoeven wanted it to be a comment on, be like a parody of fascism, but it's really not. Because nothing that the Terran Federation, even in the movie, does is fascist in the slightest. But the movie's good. The movie's really good. So like the authorial intent, like what the fuck happens there? Like if the authorial intent is completely, if the movie borks the authorial intent but it ends up being good, then what do you do then? Like, I don't know, that standard seems to be really, really shit.
The standard that Anthony Gramuglia has, that's shit.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, because, like, again, the Terran Federation did nothing wrong. Bugs deserve what they got.
There is this rising obsession with the idea that logic is a faulty metric for both character assessments in storytelling and when assessing a critic and their inconsistencies. This all makes sense because humans are inherently emotional and they're not logical whatsoever.
You know what human beings are not? Logical. People are impulsive.
So if human beings weren't logical, then how the fuck did we survive for like 2 million years?
In the wise words of Harvey Dent, shut up!
Or more specifically, I guess, for our own species, Homo sapiens, for 300,000 years, of course people are inherently logical because Jesus fucking Christ, we wouldn't be here if we weren't logical and only acted on emotion. The fuck you mean? If a fucking Smilodon, like, if I was like Unga Bunga Unk in like the fucking like
doing it again,
Ice Age Europe, and my brother is killed by a Smilodon or whatever, right? And it's like, am I emotionally, I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna stab it, or like, am I gonna like run away? I'm probably going to try and run away, which is the logical thing to do. Now, I might go and try and stab it to death and then die. Natural selection and all would weed me out. But chances are the ones that survived, like the humans that survived in that time and pretty much every other time up until this point, and have come across certain situations like these, when they acted reasonably and logically, they got to live and reproduce. So yes,
I don't believe you.
I would argue, like, humans, like, maybe not today, since we've effectively kind of removed ourselves from the natural world in a weird way, because like we make our own.
Well, because we've conquered it.
Kind of, yes and no. In a lot of ways, yes. In a lot of ways, no.
There's diseases that don't exist anymore because
and there are still diseases that do exist, and we're still subjected.
What is COVID?
We're still subjected to the climate of the planet, right? We're still subjected to, like, you know, the natural laws, right? We can't just not have radioactive decay. We can't just nullify thermodynamics, right? We're still subjected to natural laws. Like regardless of our achievements, we are an insignificant footnote in the history of the universe, and we will eventually go extinct. You know.
Hey, let's hope that we can, at the very least, escape this little marble.
We probably
by the
won't.
time that happens.
I mean, we got fight. We got. I mean, we might be able to get to other planets in our solar system, but logically speaking, given how fast space expands, we will never escape our galaxy. We might not even ever escape our solar system. Because space expands. The distances between solar systems and galaxies is constantly getting bigger. In about 2 billion years, the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies are going to collide anyway.
Well, yeah, and most of that's going to be empty space.
True. This is true. Then, of course, in 5 billion years, our sun is going to die, expand, and flash fry the planet, so... But anyways, no, Patrick, like, humans are inherently logical beings. We would have to be if our species would go extinct if we weren't, or would have.
It is what has made us the dominant species on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
They make choices based on emotion. Not everyone thinks exactly the same. So if everyone acted totally logically all the time, only making the most logical decision in any situation, no one would be acting human.
The issue here is the word logical is being used in two different ways at the same time. If a character behaves illogically because of a previously established character trait, then the progression is logical in terms of writing. What happened made sense with who they are. In this case, Patrick is referring to the film A Quiet Place, the story of a world in which you make a single sound and it can get you killed in a moment's notice. Patrick makes the argument that we should not expect the characters to behave logically because they are human. However, the reason that the entire video is often referenced as a straw man is because the complaint is not that they behave illogically, it's that their character writing is illogical. The characters are shown to take care with sound dampening throughout the film, making very creative decisions to account for this dire situation that shows intelligence and care, yet they blatantly ignore several options provided to them by the environment that are proven by the film to be far more beneficial to their goals. These logical contradictions in their characters are made to generate drama in the storyline, which is inherently incompetent writing and very lazy.
I wonder if Mahler even totally understands what inconsistencies are. Like, yeah, the characters...
What do you...
I don't think you understand what an inconsistency is, Anthony.
What about what Mahler just said was actually wrong?
Could
the fact that he
have
said
just
it.
lived next to a waterfall their whole lives, but did you really think that through all the way? Like, how do you expect them to create an environment they can control next to a waterfall? Have you ever lived near water? You ever get your basement flooded because it rained too hard and the water overflowed? The argument that the fact that
he lives in Wales! The place is always wet!
Not even that. You don't even... You don't even necessarily need to live near the waterfall. You can just live near the waterfall. Or
they make it seem you have to be borderline touching it. That's like the one part that's a bit weird about it.
Yeah, but like they couldn't have like set up like an emergency shelter near it. Like you couldn't have like if you're far enough within the waterfall, couldn't you have like make like a little hut or something near it?
Yes, and all like Anthony, I don't think you understand why that doesn't make sense.
And he's not even saying that they should build their house near the waterfall. It's just that they're not making use of it at all in any way. Like an emergency shelter near the waterfall would make sense, especially would make lots of sense. Use your surroundings.
In fact, if anything, they should have gone to the waterfall quite earlier, considering, the brother is just losing his fucking mind because he thinks that it's too dangerous, that he has to be so cautious of every step he makes, which he does.
Yeah.
But, like, the death of his brother clearly messed with his head.
Yep.
Characters who are shown to be meticulously in control of their environment should just move next to an area to mask their sounds, but
he literally didn't say that, nor even really implied it at all. You're literally you're straw manning.
He's more wondering like why did they not consider it? We should because we as the audience it's not like a horrible idea to kind of be told certain things so or we can be there with the audience, not with the audience. Well, we can be there in the headspace of the characters.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to say, like, yeah, like, literally, like, he didn't say they should move there. He said that they should use it.
Could be very hard to control. That's not logical. It's ridiculous. Especially because none of this has any meaningful impact on the film's true core.
It could have vastly changed the ending of the film, because if they had abandoned the farm, like, okay, if they had been closer to the waterfall when it's time for the mom to properly give birth, she doesn't need to be sitting in the bathtub, essentially in excruciating pain, unable to do anything.
Yeah, like, why weren't they prepping near the waterfall for the mom to give birth? Why not why not try and find a place within the waterfall, like maybe I like right next to it where she could give birth? Because obviously you could yell as loud as you want, right? Like, just go to the waterfall and give birth.
Idiot.
And more or less, it also damages the character's intelligence for their lack of use of this incredibly valuable thing. They don't use it more. Like,
the family, the relationships, the bonds.
It doesn't matter. If it does not...
But that's not the point,
your emotional... The emotional core and the thematic value of a story inherently doesn't matter. What makes it matter is everything around it that supports it. If your story does not support your themes, if your story does not support your emotional core, then it doesn't fucking matter that those things exist. That's ultimately the point. The fact that the family never once considered using this place, this waterfall, for anything.
This quiet place.
Shut your whore mouth. Am
I wrong?
I mean, it's not really a quiet place because it's a waterfall, idiot.
But they could be quiet and in relative comfort. They don't have to be quiet and panicky.
Well, yeah, but they couldn't have again it really is just one of those things where it makes everyone stupider, which kind of hampers a lot of the stuff in the movie. And plus, I would need to rewatch it again, but I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other issues in the movie as well.
There's tons of issues with that movie.
Which is a shame, because when I first watched it, I really liked it, because it reminded me of Tremors in a lot of ways.
I really appreciated what they were trying to do, because
very unsettling.
Because one of the key things when it comes to horror is how important using your senses is. So to not be able to use one of your key fundamental one of our key things as a population is our ability to speak. To take that away, what does that reduce us to in our own in a apocalyptic scenario?
Yeah.
That's very unsettling.
Yeah, and unfortunately the movie did it horribly, and Tremors did it better, because Tremors is good. Watch Tremors. It's a very good movie.
The plot could have happened next to a waterfall, could have happened next to a farm, but it's very clear the farm and that entire grass area has fewer environmental variables that could damage and hamper the family's efforts.
So I need to listen to that again. I'm sorry. I blanked out a little bit.
Farm, but it's very clear the farm and that entire grass area has fewer environmental variables that could damage and hamper the family's efforts. After all, what's more dangerous? Having to meticulously plan out a quieter environment, or living next to an environment that could mask your sounds, but also drown you, or potentially force you out of that habitat. You see the...
Are you Are you saying that like if they build a house or a shelter
Are
near
you
the
are you
waterfall-
essentially going? What's the fucking point? They're just like it's just dangerous anyway. Because that's what we call a defeatist argument. What we essentially refer to as what is the point? Because eventually the sun's gonna explode. Like,
yeah, but
ultimately doesn't fucking matter.
But like, but are you also implying the characters are so fundamentally retarded that they wouldn't take this potential problem into account, and as such try and like mitigate that as much as possible? Are you also saying that they need to be like literally right under, like they need to build their house like right under the fucking waterfall? You fucking dumbass. They just need to be near it. They need to be close enough to it. Like,
no.
Just use it in some way. It can be an emergency shelter, for God's sakes.
No.
Utilize it.
Problem is they don't think of these details. Think, oh, well, waterfall mass sound, therefore better than open field. But
I mean, it is.
Unironically, yes.
In this world, in the world that is presented to us, it is worth taking the risk of water damage if it means that you don't have to constantly be on edge all the time. If this thing masks your sound to the point where you can yell as loud, you can just yell and you'll be fine.
Because you know what? I'd rather drown than deal with a death angel.
God, I can't believe that's what they're fucking called.
Let's use evidence of A Quiet Place 2. We found out they can't fucking swim.
Which is a contradiction, because in A Quiet Place 1, one of them swims.
Exactly. It's the funniest fucking thing, like, when it comes to these movies. They're so dramatically inconsistent. It's so fucking hilarious.
These things would have never taken over the planet. You cannot.
We have a planet, like, it's the science bullshit all over again. We have a planet that is mainly consists of water.
Yeah, but, like, whatever. I don't. But no,
how did these things land here? They're
They came. What, are you talking about the Death Angels?
Yeah, I actually don't remember that.
They came on asteroids that crashed on the planet.
Oh, you're telling me a good number of those didn't just hit the fucking water?
I mean, they probably did, but like from what we see, because I watched the Quiet Place prequel with Will.
When are we gonna play the game?
I mean, the game might be fun, actually. It might actually do the concept a lot better.
Because interactivity actually changes quite a lot of things. That's what makes it, like, possibly more fun than dealing with a lot of other shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, that's kind of back. Like, it is more than worth having to deal with water damage or finding ways around water damage if it means you can... If it increases your chances of survival. Like, you...
No.
Like, did you really think of how the environments... I don't think these people have ever lived next to a river, I think, is my best bet. Stuff like this is what I like to refer to as giving too much of a fuck
asshole.
About crap.
Who, like, so... No, that's gonna keep bothering me. Like, because it's like, oh, these people have never lived next to a river. Okay, Anthony, I already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Muller lives in Wales. That place is never dry.
Well, but more importantly,
like
it also just depends on how far away from a river that you live. Like if a river is like you can see it, but like it's almost over the horizon for you. Like, are you like unless you get like a really bad storm, is that river gonna like super overflow all the fucking time? Like, really?
Yes.
Whatever.
No one cares about. By doing this, you lose...
What do you mean no one cares about? Whatever, we already went over it.
Track of the stuff that matters in a story. Character, emotion, themes, ideas. The
themes, emotions, and ideas don't fucking matter if everything around it doesn't make sense. That is the point. Like, that is the point of... Sorry, let me rephrase that. not that that's the point, but like all of these greater things, these greater, more emotional things that rely more on emotion, require surrounding substance, because if the things around it don't make sense, then it doesn't fucking matter how cool your theme is or your emotional moments. Then it takes you out of the story if nonsensical shit happens. Like it doesn't matter your themes are nothing without the surrounding connective tissue. Emotion is nothing without without all the stuff that makes sense within a story, because that means the audience is invested within the story if things make sense. And
How dare you?
And when things don't make sense, or they stop making sense, or they're just like, or everything involved is just like absolutely terrible, then like the audience is taking verisimilitude, suspension of disbelief. The suspension of disbelief has been broken. The audience no longer cares because you've broken it completely, and as such the emotional weight doesn't matter. If you truly care about emotions and themes and ideas, then what you need to do is you need to make everything around those three, like the connected, like the plot and the story and the characters and all the stuff just logically adding up, because then those three things can be much more substantiated, because there's actual substance around it. And plus, ideas are cheap, execution is what matters.
Feeling the adrenaline rush.
Fuck off.
That's not to say that it has no impact, but you gotta ask yourself, does it matter no one was in the room with Kane when he said his final words in Citizen Kane? It's a huge plot hole, one of the most famous plot holes, but...
Yes, it's a fucking problem.
Of course it is.
No one was in the goddamn room.
It does matter. These things do matter, Anthony. It does. What? See, Anthony, you're proving Mulder right. You are proving Mulder and the EFAP crew right. It's like, what is it? It's been 7 years? 7 years of EFAP, and they've been and like with this sort of like objective versus subjective debate, they've been constantly proven right more often than not.
Yeah, because people keep refusing to even give them the time of day, and thus they just trample on their own feet.
Yeah, you're not honestly engaging with it.
But it also doesn't factor into Kane's past, the real story and meat of the film. It's just an event that happens that gets you to the flashbacks. I
mean, I haven't seen Citizen Kane, so I can't really comment on that. But it just in the general sense, they do matter, even if maybe they don't affect like the overall story and characters like that much. They still matter.
To the recollection. The mystery of what Kane meant by Rosebud is just an element that gets the plot moving. But what Marlowe would call that lazy writing, or something. You know, that's fair. And it is a plot hole. But does it matter? Film fans...
Yes. Yeah, it does matter. Even if it does matter. Inconsistencies matter.
Even
no
if
matter
you
how
don't think it matters, it fucking matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a hole within the story. It is a flaw. Those matter. And enough of those flaws, or if those flaws are big enough, it affects the entire story. I mean, Anthony, Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter doesn't matter. It doesn't, you know. Who cares?
You like trying to say that with a straight face, don't you?
I do. I can't because here's the thing. It does matter. However, I'm just trying.
And you know it bothers me in the corner.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to use his own logic against him.
Love giving a damn about small details, but it gets annoying when someone pretends these small details supersede the big details of a story. And yeah, a bunch of small cracks can make a whole film fall apart. I get that. That makes sense to me. I believe that. But we ignore the elements of...
But Anthony, it doesn't matter if a bunch of small cracks, like just Death by a Thousand Cuts. What about the themes? What about...
How did it make you feel?
Film that matter in favor of details that really you don't notice unless you're really looking for them. Is that terrible writing or is it flawed writing? I maybe would say flawed. What would I say a whole film is?
Flawed writing or terrible writing? Those are the same thing.
The same fucking thing, you asshole.
What in like terrible writing and flawed writing? Terrible writing is flawed writing, you retard.
How do you have one without the other?
You know what, Anthony? I'm gonna take away your Berserk manga. Take away your Pathfinder book. You don't get to have your Pikachu plushie. I'm taking that Lord of the Rings book away from you. I'm gonna take all your Star Wars stuff away, even if it's shitty. I'm gonna take all the Star Wars stuff away. You don't get to have these anymore, because you're an idiot, retard, piece of shit. So I'm taking them now. You don't get to have them.
I thought you were about to say you're a retard fag, and it's like
It's late. My brain did go there, though. I'm taking your Sailor Moon figures as well. In the bottom right. I'm taking those. You don't get to have those
anyway. He's a guy.
I mean, have your Sailor Moon figures. I don't care, but he doesn't get to have them anymore. The second you start sounding intelligent and making intelligent arguments, you'll get them back.
Bad because of it? I don't think so.
Hopefully I can explain this with a reverse example. Do you believe that Thanos' plan in Infinity War makes sense? Well, that's irrelevant compared to what comes first in consistent character writing, which is... Do you believe that Thanos believes his plan makes sense? The film makes efforts to show his history and explore his values to explain his actions as a logical progression, despite the plan being inherently illogical when considering the realistic effects of his snap versus what his intentions are. That is logically consistent writing for an emotionally irrational or illogical character, and that is the nuance that you will rarely find in assessments nowadays, because everything has to be 10 minutes long or it's wrong.
This bit right here about Thanos, though, I do agree with Mauler in this one. It kind of goes into the idea that what sounds right versus what is right based on character behavior. Mauler's approach can work, as is the case with this Thanos moment, but I just don't think it works elsewhere.
So let's try another.
Which you've utterly failed to show that, but okay.
Another example, Star Wars The Last Jedi has no inconsistencies in either its characters or its plot, in my opinion. This opinion is inherently objective, and saying "in my opinion" at the end would be redundant because of course it's your opinion, but that doesn't make it subjective. The opinion lacks any emotive language, it is a statement of fact. To be inconsistent is qualifiable outside of emotion. That means the statement the person made lacked experience or information. It is impossible to come to the conclusion that there are no inconsistencies unless you are ignoring the meaning of words in the English language. It is simple. You present the objective criteria, then you satisfy the objective criteria and reach a conclusion. Your emotional experience didn't enter into the equation whatsoever. This should highlight the issue of "in my opinion."
Sorry, I am pausing because it's like I'm just watching.
Yeah, because we're just essentially watching. Yeah, we're just watching Mahler's video.
Yeah, I'm just watching him like, oh man, this is really good. No, why are you? You remember you're watching this, dumbass.
Anthony, if you could just stop, if your video could just suddenly stop so I can go back to watching this Mahler video, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Being used arbitrarily to stave off criticism when criteria isn't clear, or when it's downright contradictive. It's as if they believe an opinion can never be refuted. Aside from that issue, when you make these statements and you don't bother to back them up with any evidence or argumentation, instead opting for the safety net,
"in my subjective opinion,"
you are not only creating content with the amount of substance that is on par with a thumbs up or down for each subject, you have also admitted that you have so little faith in your own perspective that you had to put a preemptive scrutiny shield in front of it.
Mahler saying a critic is a coward for saying "in my opinion." Okay, I don't really disagree with that. I think it is a little cowardly to rely on the opinion card to get away from getting feedback for your perspective. But That said, I also think that you saying your criticism is objective is also cowardly. And with all of the things Mahler is saying...
How?
Mm.
How is it cowardly?
No, you.
How is it cowardly? It's like, my opinion is objective. I'm not shying away from criticism. When I'm saying my opinion or my criticism is objective, backed up by facts. Here are the facts. Dispute them. If anything, I'm inviting people in to examine the things that I have referenced, to have this discussion and have it challenged, as opposed to like, it's my opinion, bro, don't take it so seriously, as if trying to avoid a conversation. Like, fuck off.
It's very important to remember, at the beginning of this, all of this started with him saying that The Last Jedi is a bad film.
This may shock you, but Star Wars The Last Jedi is objectively bad content. It is provable. This is factual. You may enjoy the film, and even love the film, that's absolutely fine, but it is a poorly written film that stands as an objective insult to intelligence.
It's not simply that it's inconsistent, but that inconsistency leads to it being a bad film.
Yes. Many of inconsistencies lead it to being a bad film. Many gigantic inconsistencies lead it to being a bad film. Tony, I'm sorry again. Having contradictions in your movie, contradictions are inherently bad. They are things that cannot coexist with each other.
As was the case with H. Bomber Guy, it is an objective observation leading to a subjective conclusion.
No, it's not. You've completely failed to substantiate this fucking criteria, you stupid dumbass.
Good or bad is not the same as the metric of consistency that Mahler has set up.
Good or bad is the conclusion. What are you talking about?
Good is good, bad is bad.
Yes.
Those are opinions.
And opinions can be right or wrong, definitionally.
Regardless of how much he glosses over it, these are still opinions, and he's still giving a thumbs up and thumbs down with a lot more work to get to the same answer those reviewers in 10 minutes got to.
No,
actually,
it's not.
Like, and the reason we complain so much about that sort of the short man bad. The reason we complain about that is because like the what does the 10-minute video actually say?
Exactly. Like, honestly, it is one of my problem with Drinkers videos is that they're too short.
Which is a criticism even Mahler has brought up.
Yeah.
The Pillar of Garbage video is one of those, is like the quintessential, like, if your review had just been longer, you would not have fallen into this pit trap.
His falling down video essay is like 20 minutes long, 22 minutes long. It's actually really good because he had time to expand on his points. I recommend watching that video. It's pretty good. He needs to do more of those. Like it's, I don't know.
To be fair, I think that's why he started doing things like open bar.
Mm-hmm. Probably. But still, I would say, like, he's big enough. He's a big enough channel now. He doesn't need to do do this 7-minute review of this movie that just came out. He can, like, spend 20 minutes talking about it. Maybe it's fine. You have the time. You have a weekly podcast. You make enough money. You can take the time now. You've done your grind. You got 2 million subscribers. You've made it. You can take your time now.
Despite all of his protests, despite all of his talking, he always comes back to the same thing that the people he's criticizing also come back to. Is it good or is it bad?
It's not the conclusion he's criticizing, it's the method. This isn't even his argument. You're fucking fighting a straw man. What are you talking about?
and yet he'll always lose the argument against the straw man, 'cause it's really funny.
Yeah, it's like it's like he makes the straw man, but like instead of like putting it on a wooden stick, it's an adamantium pole, and instead of straw, it's a bunch of hypodermic needles filled with hepatitis infused heroin.
You having fun with that analogy?
Yes, I have fun with these analogies. Fuck off.
This active blurring of facts and feelings gets very confusing for many viewers who actually listen to these people's scripts, their videos, making us question whether they actually understand what the word objective means.
See, again, I firmly believe that objective details are important in media analysis.
No, you don't. I don't believe you.
It's the title of the video.
I don't believe you, Tony. I don't believe you. And the reason why I don't believe you is simple. You have gone on, not just in this but other ones, to say that the most important things are the emotional investment, not like the objective details. So like
but they are elements that support your stance. Because if you have to argue, my opinion is objective, you immediately sound like a pompous jackass.
Says the pompous jackass.
Yeah, congratulations. Once again, asshole. Like, he's just an asshole. Like, that's what it boils back down to. Because you know what makes you sound like a pretentious jackass? Calling someone a pretentious jackass.
Which, by the way, if I can prove that I'm right, it doesn't matter if I'm a pompous jackass. I'm still right. That's what matters.
Well, if anything, it actually makes your point funnier.
Exactly. It's like, you're being a dick, correct, but I'm still right.
Correct, madam.
Yeah.
You know? I don't care if you have all the evidence in the world to prove it. I'm not going to listen to you because you sound like an asshole.
Okay, then you're.
Oh.
Okay, then you're a retard.
What does that make you?
It makes him an actual stupid person.
Yep.
It makes him an actual stupid person. I don't care. And literally, like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Boo fucking who? I don't care. Go away.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly understand that a lot of people might be put off by the way that someone says something, but it doesn't matter because the information is correct. If I'm talking down to a fucking creationist and providing verifiable evidence for evolution, and I'm sounding like a complete and total dickweed about it, I don't fucking care. A, they're creationists, they deserve and they don't deserve respect most of the time, and B, doesn't matter. I'm right.
But if you say, my argument is based on details and I cite evidence for my claim, I think that sounds more reasonable.
They do say that, Anthony.
They do that. They do that. And
you're the one that won't accept it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's the same basic statement. You're saying the same core thing, but it's how you present your arguments that affects how people perceive it.
This isn't about how people perceive the argument. This is about if the argument and the logic is sound. Who cares? Genuinely speaking, like, if someone doesn't want to listen to the argument because of how it's presented, sure, maybe there's an issue with communicating the argument. But if you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's something to respect about someone being so hyper confident in their opinion that they firmly believe they're right, and then then they show that they are indeed right. You know, there's something respectable about that. You're so hyper confident in your own research, and you took the time to do it. And you're like, fuck yeah, I'm right. Go ahead, look at it, bitch. And you realize, oh, you're right. Yeah, I am. I don't know. I always find that bit of assholishness a little bit respectable.
And I'm pretty sure Mahler realizes this, because he seems acutely aware of how phrasing can impact the perception of a critic in a video essay, as is the case right here.
A vague label of opinion is being slapped on every element of a video essay, as if the word means that everything you said, whether feeling or fact, was subjective, and thus cannot be disputed. Conversely, if a video presents strong arguments on a subject, many will wave it off as it's just an opinion, as if the word means there was nothing objective about the content whatsoever. That is not how it works. An opinion can apply to the sharing of a view constructed of feelings, of thoughts, or of objective information. It depends on what is said. It is the difference between objective and subjective. This applies to every facet of communication, including discussion on art. Though that doesn't mean you should then spam it in every sentence of your essay like many have started doing as an excuse for poor research.
My problem with Mahler isn't he made fun of a video I made. That's beside the point. Ton of people do that. He sells his subjective...
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it seems like your butt hurt.
Why did you need to bring up the view count of it, Anthony? Why did you need to even mention
like,
it?
right.
If you don't care,
why didn't you mention it?
Up?
Exactly. If you don't care, no, you do care. You keep huffing the copium.
Opinions rooted in evidence, cited as if it's the absolute truth, then gets pissy at other critics who do the exact same thing he does for not being objective.
Fucking assholes about it. Like, imagine Anthony. You know how you feel like you feel belittled when we call you a piece of shit? We've been dealing with this for longer. We've been called fucking Nazis because we didn't like a Star Wars movie. Grow the fuck up.
I've been called a fascist because I side with James Ironwood and most of the things that he's done. In Volume 8, when he went fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that wasn't him. That was Jake Stillberg.
I've been called a racist because I don't like Black Panther.
I've been called a racist because I think demons deserve to get... that demons deserve what they get.
It's because they do.
Wow. Okay.
I've been called racist because I think because I say hashtag yes all goblins.
I think that's just a given.
Even if, in some cases, they're even more objective than he is. See, Mahler, as much as he hates to admit it, is not much different from H. Bomber Guy or Patrick Willems in terms of how they examine media.
Hasn't Mahler cited Harris as an inspiration, specifically with his Fallout 3 video?
He has, actually.
Like, literally, you've literally cut out, Tony, that Mahler actually likes Harris's content for the most part.
Yeah, like, it's people like me that actually have a problem with it, because you don't get to call internet historian a fucking plagiarist.
And Patrick Williams.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Pat Bateman.
Fuck it, whatever. Patrick Williams. I don't care at this point. His arguments are actually stupid. They actually don't make sense. The man is against characters acting logically, because if they act logically, the story doesn't happen. And if your story falls apart because your characters act coherently and logically, then your story is dog shit.
Yeah, notice, like, one of the movies that I love, and we'll probably be, like, if this is dated just before Halloween, one of the movies we'll be watching during our spooky movie marathon is a little movie called Alien.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And
the
characters... Thing. Well, one movie per person, so I can't...
Okay.
Unless you pick The Thing.
No, I'm not picking The Thing. You know my pick. We're gonna watch a child die in his father's arms.
Oh my God.
You don't have to phrase it like that.
I know.
It sounds so fucked up.
I was gonna say, you don't have to phrase it like that at all. You could phrase it like a normal goddamn person.
But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
And I'm not normal.
See, normally when you go one-on-one with a YouTuber, you got a 50% chance at best. But then, but you throw me into the mix, and your odds drastic go down.
Senior Joe.
The numbers don't lie. They spelled disaster for you at TwitchCon.
Or I'm gonna kiss you.
Oh my god.
Just turns the deep dive research phases H. Bomber Guy and Willems do before writing their scripts.
What do you mean? Patrick Willems doesn't do any fucking deep. Well, maybe for some of his videos, but not for that plot hole video. He got the shit with Alien wrong. Like whatever.
In Alien, it wouldn't go through the floor.
I mean, fucking the reason why he made the entire DS2 series is because he expects better from Harris. Because he likes Harris's content, and he thinks Harris does a good job for the most part. Like, that's the reason why he made that video, because he respects Harris because he respects Harris's respects him, at least in terms of as a content creator. I don't.
And adds it to the runtime of his videos to prove he did his homework to the audience, to make it more compelling, rather than cite the specific evidence as relevant in specific instances of his argument.
But he does do that. What are you talking about? He does do that all the time. You don't watch a Mahler. You haven't watched a Mahler video aside from the one you're responding to. I know.
That's how, like,
responding
yeah.
to a video. He's responding to an EFAB episode.
But mainly attacking Mueller.
Oh, I mean, I just realized. No, he's responding, I guess, to TFA Part 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, like, you haven't watched him. I don't think you've ever watched a Mahler video. He does that shit all the fucking time. And you certainly haven't watched any of his older game reviews then as well.
And by doing so, he includes a ton of details that the audience, frankly, does not need to see for him to prove his point.
Examples.
A review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, here we go.
Alright.
Can be an hour long. It could be 2 hours long. Why does it need to be over 5 hours long?
Long. Man,
long,
bad.
man, bad.
Long, man,
long,
bad.
man, bad.
Long, man, bad. Why does it need to be over 5 hours long? I mean...
Why do you need to complain that it's 5 hours long, Anthony?
Has it ever occurred to you, Tony? The movie is so broken on such a fundamental fucking level that it requires nearly 6 hours to explain why it doesn't fucking work, because every single conceivable detail is so fundamentally fucked that it takes an astronomically long time to explain why it is fucked. Have you ever thought of that, though? Has it ever occurred to you that a story can be so broken on every single level, that every single point that literally it makes so
Why do you
little...
sound like a Twilight Zone narrator? You are entering the scary door.
Yeah, yeah, but no, like, if a movie requires 5 hours to dissect, then it needs 5 hours to dissect. Somebody made a 12-hour video dissecting the fucking Phantom Menace. Okay?
You don't have to watch it.
Exactly. You don't have to fucking watch it. And well, let's just see if he's actually watched the video, because I've watched the Multiverse of Madness video, or listened to specifically because of where I work at. I can actually listen to a 5-hour video and not be done with my shift, because I have that luxury at my job. I've listened to this video many a times. It's a fantastic video. Everyone should watch it.
You basically just replay the whole film in front of us and then give us the summary details after the fact.
No.
Disseminate what's important for us.
Like, that's all I have to
I like
say.
you sat there. No.
No, that's not what happens. I'm gonna replay that. Maybe
That's
I missed something.
That's not true, Milo.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be over 5 hours long? You basically just replay the whole film in front of us and then give us the summary details.
Okay, so you basically should just, because he can't string fucking sentences together. It's hard to understand him.
After the fact. Disseminate what's important for us, the audience. Communicate clearly and concisely what you have to say.
He does.
There are many points in his Doctor Strange review, for example, that Mahler probably could have trimmed for time. Not that it...
What trim? What? So he could have trimmed for time. Okay, why should he trim for time?
It's necessarily unfunny or bad, but you have to ask yourself, do you really need this segment right here? Is this really necessary?
Wait, why would it go that way intuitively, though? Like, that doesn't seem to be as expected a change compared to Defender Strange having a different power set, or Wanda having had kids in other universes. Switching red and green sounds like the kind of idea you have when you have no ideas.
He's talking about like how unimaginative this alternate universe is. Like you haven't you like there's that red, like green is stop, red is go. Ooh.
Hey guys, we recently watched my favorite movie of all time, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh my god, I genuinely liked it.
What's one? Well, yes. You don't need to. Why'd you say it like that?
One of the universes where everybody has hot dogs for fingers.
I was literally about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Like they change, like they go so far off the map because of that.
Yeah.
And it's just one small change that fundamentally changes the human race.
Yep.
And you know what happens when you have hot dogs for fingers?
You shoot mustard.
You get really good with your feet.
Yeah, really good with your feet, and you shoot hot ketchup and mustard out of them. And it's really disgusting. It's really disgusting. This entire race of humans in that needs to just not be there.
And they all like, and they all make like weird sounds as they're like doing like.
Yeah,
it's
really
like okay.
Yeah.
It's really gross, really gross. But yeah, no. The reason why that's there is to illustrate how unimaginative this alternate universe is, right?
And they even brought up like fun like things like how because she didn't go off to America with Waymond and she got attacked, she became a martial artist, and that then led into her career, which honestly is kind of funny considering it's just essentially Michelle Yeoh, just the actress, because they used a lot of her footage at award ceremonies for that segment. And then they show an alternate universe where it's borderline the same thing, but she's strong with her pinkies.
Yeah.
It's like, and they go to even the absurdity of Rakakuni.
Yeah.
My god.
It is not
you can do so much with alternate universes, but like writers are too stupid to realize that.
Yes, they are.
You have to use their imagination.
The fucking blender dimension.
God forbid.
Dream, it's an edited review. Does all of this really add to your point? You might say yes.
Yeah, because it shows the lack of creativity when it comes to coming up with alternate universes. That was
like,
the point.
Also, seriously, the memory store, horrifying. Like, it's a horrifying thing that should never be made.
But, and also just from a fucking plot standpoint, it's like they go to the memory store to give fucking information on their characters, and it's like, why can't they just have a dialogue? Of course, if you're a retard like Organized Chaos, you're like, oh, show don't tell. It's like, even though that's a misrepresentation of show don't tell, dialogue is a form of showing. Dumbass.
I say no. I say it distracts from your point. I say make a long video. That's great. But fill it with detail that's directly relevant at the instances it is relevant to the audience.
That's what he was doing.
For the love of God.
What do you think he does? Like, Anthony, what do you think is done during these videos? Do you think like the moment the camera starts, we just see Mahler just like sitting in a chair and starts slapping his belly while he blows a raspberry? Like, what do you think happens? He plays a scene, and then he says like a thing such as, "Why are you using these random spells? We know what you can cast, Strange."
Again, it relates to whatever. We've been over it.
And then you're probably saying, well, if it's so easy, do it yourself.
No, I'm not saying that, actually. I'm not saying that whatsoever.
I did. In fact, I did it last week before making this video. I responded to Jester Bell's Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy response video.
I don't care.
Also, her video actually makes a lot of sense. Female Elijah Wood has a lot of very interesting points when it comes to the representation of what Harley Quinn has become over the years. And by the way, yes, that is actually one of the nicknames for her, because if you look directly into her eyes, you can immediately see like the ring slowly taking over.
She does look like a female Elijah Wood.
Oh no, I'm sorry. A female Frodo Baggins is what she is.
I can't carry the
You've
ring,
seen it
but
now.
I can
You've
carry
seen it now.
And I went through the video, taking notes, analyzing it, I scripted as I went, and then what I did was, I did something really remarkable. I cut the notes that weren't relevant or repetitive.
Anthony.
Okay, so how is that bit you showed from the M1 video irrelevant? You never explained why it was irrelevant, because it was relevant.
Hey Anthony, you know how long Mahler takes to work on these videos? Because he is constantly redrafting and doing all of these things so that he can make the video as perfect as he possibly can. You're the one with the problem here.
Yeah, I mean, you crank out these long videos in like a week or 2 weeks, which get on the hustle, man. You're on the grind. I can respect the work ethic in and of itself in terms of like quantity, quality not so much, because the quality is dog ass.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't respect it. The quality is shit.
I respect the getting on the grind. Everything else no. But
Being on the grind is meaningless if you're just if you're making something that's dog shit.
I mean, fair enough. But I don't know. I guess it's just I guess it's just the I can't even say the workhorse in me, because I have a hard time getting on the grind. I'm a horrible procrastinator.
So am I, but it normally takes like my willingness to do like a massive project like these Dead Space recordings to get like a fire under my ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
because they're funny.
I mean, editing this new Empire video has gotten me motivated to get it fucking over with so I can get to the Child's Play 2019 review, because I actually have an astonishing amount to say when it comes to that movie, and I don't know why.
Very bizarre.
Any redundancies I cut out. I didn't need it, because I made my point already. So I had to rewrite. I had to do all this stuff off screen so I could present a meaningful, concise video to you. And guess what? It's still really long. You can make a long video that's more concise. You can have...
How is Mahler's video not concise?
Recap the whole video beforehand and then give your analysis after the fact. But I also provided objective facts to support my subjective perspectives.
Okay, but how is Mahler's video not this?
But here's Mahler's issue. He has to insist every component of his review is objective. He has to repeat over and over and over again that his arguments about The Last Jedi is objective.
I mean, in that video you're responding to, sure.
We're just always going to be stuck in this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, they complain that we can't shut up about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're just moving on from the MOM video now. Like, he showed one example that was relevant, but he's not going to show any others. He's just going to show the one. God fucking damn it. You are really bad at this. You are fucking awful. You don't deserve 100k subscribers.
Further, he does something that doesn't happen in science. Theories are meant to be tested. When tested, it can do one of two things. You can either prove the theory is wrong or prove it's incomplete. Or you prove the theory is right, but that's a third option.
Because it's not science, you prick. If you want to talk about like what objective analysis is, the closest that it possibly is, and what is mainly used for a lot of our analogies and comparison, it's math.
I mean,
1 + 1 cannot equal 3.
Well, and also, if you want to get super autistic about it, you can't prove anything in science necessarily. Like, proof is in mathematics. because because you cannot like if you want to use prove in a legal sense, sure, you kind of have to like indicate which kind of definition of proof you're looking with using. That's just something that kind of annoys me, because you can't definitively prove things in science because because the next day you could be fucking wrong.
You could just be looking at it from a different angle.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to say proof in the sense of overwhelming amount of evidence that leads to one conclusion over any others, then yes.
It's obvious. People argued for years, for example, that atoms were the smallest particles of matter, until we tested that theory and found that atoms themselves were made up of even smaller particles, and then even smaller particles. The theory of atoms wasn't
Anthony,
wrong.
what are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
He's trying to say that you can't.
You saying nothing is provable, so why even fucking bother?
No.
What are you trying to say, Anthony?
He's trying to say that. I think he's trying to say film criticism isn't science, which no one's. I mean, like,
if anything, it's philosophy.
Well, I mean, you can apply. I mean, the thing is, you can apply like a science. I think you can apply take a scientific approach to it. Sure. I mean, you're not going to be able to apply the scientific method to it necessarily, but you can take a scientific approach of I'm going to be looking for facts that will lead me towards one thing or another, which of course you would then need knowledge of narrative structure. Similarly, to do an experiment on, I don't know, sedimentary layers, you need to know something about geology to do the experiment.
It was just incomplete. While Mahler admits he might make errors, there is the implication in his words that his arguments will hold regardless, because he applied the right method.
No, not really. Not really.
And maybe they will. In some cases, they definitely will, and definitely have. I think that all movies have flaws and inconsistencies, no matter how well written it is. But the question is, when do these inconsistencies matter to authorial intent and audience entertainment?
Those don't matter. Those actually don't matter. Death of the author exists. Well, I don't know if you can apply death of the author to. Can you? I guess it depends on case by case basis. Because I know I think sometimes people do abuse death of the author a little bit too much. But the audience's investment in entertainment, that doesn't matter. That's a separate thing.
That answer will vary from person to person, but it will be based on objective details that composite subjective arguments and subjective perspectives. Mahler comes across in this video as someone who needs to fight people who disagree with him, who don't.
No, not really.
Not at all, man. In fact, if anything, that's kind of you.
Yeah.
You're the one with the problem.
The reason why he even made that portion is that, at that point in time, the video essayist scene was kind of populated by a bunch of feelsy-wilsy, artsy-fartsy, pretentious idiots. And, they were making a lot of those arguments at the time. Now, things are a bit different now, because that was, 7 years ago. So, things are sort of, balancing out a bit now. But, at the time, it is kind of one of those things of, noticing a pattern, calling out a pattern, and noticing that and noticing the flaws within that pattern. It's not that he needs to fight people who disagree with him.
Take him seriously, who don't take his perspective seriously.
Then you're getting the wrong interpretation.
Citation, please.
Yeah, this is all of his interpretation. Remember, it's just his opinion. Come on.
To prop up his own arguments. And I get that to an extent, but, what if he didn't target everyone who disagreed with him?
Okay, no. Fuck you on this one, Anthony. Because guess what? like he's not doing any of the targeting. When it's people like Quentin Reviews that then targets him, he's normally on the defensive. In fact, that's even to the point of what he says to us, the audience. In fact, in that very TFA video that you won't stop like throwing in our faces as if like it's a damning piece of evidence in a court case, that like he says like don't be the instigator.
Mm-hmm. And also, at the end of the day, it is fun to respond to dumbasses like what we're doing right now. There is a level of enjoyment. Come on, Tony. You've done it before. You're doing it now. Come on. You get some level of enjoyment out of it.
He'd never admit that.
Gotta get a haircut.
For sharing their own opinions on the internet, especially smaller creators than him. What if he just presented his argument and left it at that?
I mean, he doesn't.
Fuck you.
So
eat a bag of dicks, Anthony.
Yeah, just present your argument and shut up. And it's like, well, he doesn't go after everyone. There are plenty of people like that I've wanted him to respond to that he just hasn't. Probably because it's like he's made his points abundantly clear in other videos.
Let's also not forget that, Anthony, you used the Jenny Nicholson meme.
Yeah, you did the thing.
You unironically did the meme, like saying that they go after people when it's like, it's people like her that actually said like they spent hours like talking about me. It's like they're normally on the defensive because they respond to videos.
What if
novel idea, huh?
Mm-hmm. Want everyone about disagreeing with him and make multiple videos in response to everyone arguing against him? What if he just let his videos stand?
He does do that most of the time. What do you mean? What do you mean he does that most of the time?
Nope. No, it doesn't.
This is so fucking retarded.
Disagree when necessary, but not every critic ever.
He doesn't do it with every critic ever. What are you talking about?
But again,
are they saying that because like EFAP does responses that is them responding to everybody?
And Tony, why do you respond to everyone who disagrees with you? What's that? Why can't you let your opinion stand on their own? What's that? You don't do that? Oh, okay. Well, neither does Mahler, dumbass.
Objective arguments break down when you stop talking about Star Wars and start talking about tough media, like Derek Jarman.
Who?
Stop being this pretentious,
sir.
Stop.
This
being,
is a Wendy's.
Stop being this pretentious bundle of sticks. That's like, oh, you talk about Star Wars and Marvel,
like,
and
Fallout. That got you.
Stop talking about.
Dang it, hon! You used my name again.
It's fine. No one's gonna.
A separate channel.
Yeah. It's
okay. Well, it's fine.
But like, it doesn't. Like, who gives a shit if he's using it on Star Wars? What does it matter if he's doing it with Star Wars? Why do you keep pushing like, oh, these safe, more traditionally structured movies like Star Wars and Marvel? Who fucking gives a shit? Who cares?
He does.
Why?
He does.
Apparently, because he keeps repeating himself.
I don't understand that. You pompous jackass.
The Shining, a film
You freak!
Incorporates inconsistency in order to make the audience feel consistently uncomfortable.
Why do you say it like?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm sorry if you have to incorporate inconsistencies into your story to make the audience feel like suspense or whatever, then you're doing then you're doing something wrong. I'm sorry, you just are. If you have to make your story inconsistent to make the audience feel a certain way, then you're shit at your job. Not even saying that like The Shining and because I haven't seen Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Shining's a fantastic story. Well, apart from the ending, but that's because King can't do endings.
True.
You can't do the same thing you do with Last Jedi to The Shining. It's just not. It's not the way you should analyze that film.
Why can't you do it?
This would be wrong.
Because authorial intent is to make the film uncomfortable.
It doesn't matter what the authorial intent doesn't fucking matter if your story is shit. I'm not saying Stanley Kubrick's Shining is shit. I'm just saying that as in principle, if you need to make your story less consistent to facilitate your intent as an author, you're shit. You're a shitty author. You're terrible.
The viewer. The same metric does not apply to every film. And
maybe not to every film, but like certainly most of them.
And there's some films that like fly in the face of objective criticism, and it's why we often give them shit. It's why we got so annoyed when you mentioned Mad God, Anthony.
Well, Mad God's a special case because like you could apply conventional objective film criticism to it, and then it completely goes off the fucking rails to where you can't.
Yeah, because we watched a galaxy, like we watched a universe be born.
Yeah.
Here's the wild part. Mahler actually knows all this. While doing research for this video...
Oh no. Oh no, look, Wyatt.
Oh my god.
It's this retard.
Why are your videos, Anthony, like a fucking blast from EFAP Ghost of EFAP's past? Every time, man. Oh Jack Saint?
Yeah, Jack Saint.
Are you high?
Yeah, it's Jack Saint. Remember Jack Saint and Patricia Taxon? To be fair, it was Eric Taxon at that time.
I found Jack Saint's original response to Mahler, which Mahler then EFAP'd, and then Jack Saint and Patricia Taxon responded back to. As it turns out, Mahler had a private conversation with Patricia Taxon where they discussed this objective reasoning. Before, of course, Mahler just EFAPing them publicly anyway, just to humiliate them. But...
Are you going to play that clip to substantiate that point?
Or are you going to be a prick?
Interesting is that according to Patricia Taxon, in this conversation, Mahler admits that his objective lens doesn't always work on other films.
We had a little text chat. It was very civil as promised. We didn't really get anywhere. I basically learned that Mahler is really fundamental about his scale for critiquing movies. Like, he recognizes that his scale was invented by humans, but it's like the definition for a planet. It's immutable except for like societal change in like the definition.
I don't know, but are you gonna show is Patty Chan gonna show fucking any receipts
of words? So yeah, I tried to tell him in the chat we had, like, his critique is mostly consistent.
Mahler's main point of criticism is like logical inconsistency, and it's really not difficult to find films that have logical inconsistencies that don't bother you that much. Like, think about most comedies or like a lot of kids movies that will have these like weird logical I think
we talked about that too. Like he said that it is possible for like a comedy to subvert a logical rule, like, for comedic effect. Like he said, like, it would be very silly to judge Spaceballs objectively.
Right.
So, but that's he's
okay.
just.
So let's take your word for that. So if that was the case, then Mahler would be wrong in this instance, because you very much can review Spaceballs objectively. It's actually quite easy.
True.
I'm very confused as to what he's going on about.
Like, I don't think Mahler has ever said that his standard can be applied to every film either. Like, if someone can find me like the video or the timestamp or the quote or like a tweet where he says it can be applied to every film, maybe I'm misremembering certain things. That might be slipping my mind. Maybe he has said it, but like I don't remember a single time where he's ever said that his method can be applied to every film. Like, or is even implied that.
Just admitted that like there are some films that are not equipped to be judged with this scale, therefore
Mahler is aware what he's saying is not true.
Oh well, okay. So right there, you've just fucking lied out your fucking ass there, Tony. Because I don't think once he's ever stated or implied that his metric can be universally applied to all movies. Wyatt, has he ever said that? I'm trying to remember if he's ever said that.
No, for the most part, we can just do it because it's just rather easy to do.
Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah. And even if you can't apply it to everything, that doesn't make the method in itself inherently flawed or wrong.
This whole time, every film could be labeled by the same objective standard. He knows it doesn't apply to certain films.
When has he said that it can be applied to all films?
You're fighting a straw man that the audience can't see, Anthony.
Like seriously, if someone watches this, like if they can like find the video, or maybe I'm blanking because we've done this shit. Like, this is part 4 of this goddamn misery, and the last time we did it was last week, and etc. Maybe I'm blanking on certain things. Maybe I'm misremembering. I could be completely fucking wrong here. But like, someone please tell me if he's ever said they can be applied to every film. Also, like, if somebody can like find the if somebody can find like if Patty Chan and Mahler actually did DMs, like both sides corroborating, that would also be cool.
And genuinely, I am skipping over a lot of Mahler's video because frankly I found it more boring than not.
Oh, okay. Coward.
Fuck you, we're sitting through almost every minute, me kind of against my will, but we're still doing it.
Yeah, you're lazy shit ass.
But
I don't care. I'm building a castle in a vampire game. I'm chilling while this is happening.
I heard clicking and I was like, what are you doing?
If you don't like Quentin reviews, you just sound angry someone didn't praise you, and it comes across.
No, it isn't. That's just you.
No, Quentin reviews was just a fucking jackass.
He literally lied about what Rag said. He actually lied. And then when TRO was confronted about this, like, apparently TRO didn't really corroborate a lot of stuff with Quentin.
Who?
The Right Opinion. Remember that Quentin video? It was a collaboration between The Right Opinion and Quentin
Right.
Reviews. Yeah. And they had they had TRO on the EFAP, I think, that after that, and they talked to him about it. But no, Quentin just flat out lied about Rags and lied about Mahler, so that's why.
He's a fucking liar.
Mm-hmm.
Cross is very immature, very insecure, I might add.
Is the
like the views?
No, I don't ever want to fucking hear that from you, Tony.
The irony is palpable. The irony is fucking palpable. You respond to people who disagree with you all the fucking time, you stupid fucking dumbass. You hypocritical.
And there's nothing wrong with doing so.
You anus eater.
Okay, that's a weird sentence right there.
Hell, again, I don't disagree with you on some of these points. I've left out a lot because in some cases, I don't disagree. I think you're right about a few things. But the problem isn't what you're saying, it's how you're saying it.
I don't care.
Who cares? Who actually cares? Like, genuinely, if what I'm saying is right, if I come off as a dick, I don't care. I'm right. Fuck off. Accept it or don't.
You sound so full of yourself. It makes me want to dismiss everything you say.
The irony.
And you sound so full of yourself.
Oh.
Me want to not listen to you.
The irony.
Right.
Fucking irony.
Like, it's funny enough that, like, I don't fucking know anymore, actually. He's a fucking asshole.
For some reason I'm like, wait, I thought it said President Trump's content. I'm like, oh no, presentation Trump's content.
You know what it, like, what Anthony actually reminds me of?
What?
The same strategy used by good old Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh my god, blast from the fucking past.
Because his strategy was to just say, like, insult after insult after insult, and if you respond to him in kind, then he'd act like you were the one in the wrong because you called him an asshole, when it's like, no, you're being an asshole, so I'm gonna call you an asshole.
Yeah. But again, the irony here, man. The irony.
You sound so overconfident, so arrogant, and that's a big problem.
Look in a mirror. Look in a mirror, Reed.
Like, what does that sound like?
Look in a mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most arrogant of them all? It's me, Tony G.
Because, again, the big issue is presentation. How you present your ideas makes you more compelling to an audience. It doesn't matter if you're objective or not. Mahler has to insist his opinion matters. And look,
fuck off. This is just gonna keep fucking happening because he's just fucking butt mad every time.
Yeah, he's ass mad.
If you have to insist that you're the best at something, and
he never insisted he was the best at anything, you fucking liar.
That your perspective matters, maybe.
I mean, his perspective does matter, though.
Because why else would they be, constantly shown? Why would people subscribe?
Yeah.
You're trying too hard. Maybe it doesn't matter all that much. If you have to yell at someone to tell them that you're right, maybe you're not right.
Maybe, like, if you insist that you need to yell at someone to tell them that they're wrong, maybe they're not wrong.
We're just gonna keep going. We could go in circles, Anthony. You fucking jackass.
Let's take a step back with me. I make long videos. That's not a mistake. That's not a secret. Mahler did criticize my review. He took a lot of time to do it, but hey, feedback is useful. A lot of what he said was helpful. If you look at my videos with that one and then next couple after that, you can see an immediate change in style and structure to the videos. I took the criticism seriously. I might have dismissed it on social media, but I took the parts that I thought were useful seriously. I've met with
Oh, look, Team Jex. Hi, Kaiser. Hi, Twilight. They were on my show.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I love how he's like, so I dismissed him on Twitter, but I did listen to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, you fucking jackass. Like,
Phoenix, another channel that had a very similar reviews that Mahler did, and discussed the feedback there, and discussed how I could improve and how I have improved since then. I take criticism that is useful very seriously.
Criticism.
Unfortunately, a lot of what Mahler said was obnoxious. I just didn't take most of it seriously because most of it was nonsense. But
we don't take what you're saying seriously because you're just being an asshole.
God, you are big mad.
Parts that were useful, I incorporated. I didn't have to respond to it.
Then why are you? You're right. You didn't.
Why are you responding?
Because there was nothing to respond to outside of adjusting based on feedback. The best response you can give to criticism is better work.
Okay, but what if the criticism you feel is inaccurate? We've been over this. What if you feel the criticism?
I'm eternally suffering.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is what your fourth time doing this. I've been
well, first time in like anything.
No, it's it's the I was referencing the Buster Keaton or the. Buster
Oh my
Scruggs.
goodness!
I mean, first time.
Yeah, like I've been doing this kind of shit for like 5 years, 5 fucking years, and I've been on this godforsaken hell site for 15 years. 15 years. Well, no, I've been doing it for longer because I used to do creationist response videos, so I've been doing it for like 12, 13 years. They've been doing this shit for a long time.
I believe I've done that. Will they like it? I don't really care, but I think it's better.
I mean, like maybe a little bit, but your videos are still shit.
That's what matters to me. But there is something interesting here. By and large, my video was well liked. At the time,
who cares?
Again with this?
Who cares? Why do you need to keep flexing about? Oh, my video was well liked. Oh, my video has more views than yours.
How many times have you referenced your views?
Because this is a vanity
compared to
thing
EFABs.
for him. It's a vanity thing. That's all this ever fucking is.
It's vanity.
He got humiliated, and thus he always he's still the big mad.
Yeah.
I pointed this out at the first fucking video. The moment he said, "But my video got more views," I deducted.
Who the hell cares?
You see, my video has a lot of likes, and therefore the way I presented my arguments were more convincing. It doesn't fucking
Be like
matter.
be like Peter from Family Guy.
You were still
Like
wrong.
Peter.
Oh my god, who the
hell cares?
The thing is, Tony, it doesn't matter. That video is still shit. You still lied about literature level. You still omitted information.
this writing, my YouTube Critics Are Lying to You video has an 88.9% like to dislike ratio. The video has over 22,708 likes to 2,830 dislikes.
Who cares?
By comparison, Marler's long stream only has 3.8 thousand likes.
Oh my god, we're still on there.
Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself that you made that many likes?
So I don't take a lot of
But
pride.
that means you're still wrong though.
I don't take a lot of pride in myself when it comes to certain things. But I'm pretty happy that I'm right on this scenario. That I pretty much called that he's just ass mad that Mahler got more attention and that he ultimately he took the spotlight compared to Anthony, who's just fucking ass mad to the point that he's like, oh,
Tony, you cannot,
look at my likes. I have more likes than him.
You cannot compare a stream VOD on a secondary channel.
He will
subscribers than the Mahler's main channel. These are incomparable. He's
like Anakin Skywalker. I will try.
You have to compare them by different metrics. These are different metrics. You're comparing apples to oranges. You fucking idiot. It's a stream VOD.
Dislikes are hidden, and most like to dislike ratio calculators are inaccurate, so I won't be using.
Actually, you can get. You can get.
Oh my god!
There's an extension on Firefox or Chrome or whatever to show dislikes.
I have it right now.
Yeah, there's extensions on web browsers to show dislikes, Tony. They're free. You don't have to pay for them. They take 2 minutes at most to install.
Using that data here. Still, that's a fraction of what my original video saw.
Who cares?
Like Peter, yet again, Peter. Oh my god, who the hell cares?
And that's not to say my video was particularly great either. I think it's a deeply flawed work in hindsight.
Yeah, it's
but that
shit
does
and
mean my video
dishonest.
reached more people who engaged positively with it.
Yeah, but okay, but the original stream aired on Mahler's main channel and had like what was it? He usually gets like what, at least 1,000 people watching his stream, right?
Yeah.
Which for, by the way, for stream numbers, those are very good for stream numbers. And then he has like 100K for the 194K for the VOD.
And let's not forget, super chats exist.
Yeah, I mean, he probably made more off of super chats than than the ad revenue.
God.
Yeah, than the ad revenue that you had. Especially like he probably made more money off of the VOD just because of how AdSense works. Is that it's not amount of people that watch it, it's the length of time that people have watched it. So if even half of the people watched the video all the way through all 7 hours, you probably made more money than you off of than the video that you have just off the VOD alone, or at least an equivalent amount. Like, I don't. God damn, is Mahler falling off? No, he's not. He's only gotten better.
At least more than Mahler did. Hell, 5.3 thousand people subscribed.
The highlights channel is not Mahler, it is Wolf, and it is a highlights channel, and it has like 30,000 subscribers, and getting 48K for a 30,000 subscriber channel is really fucking good. You complete ass mad butt hurt 4-eyed fuck.
You child. Also, hi pot meat kettle. You have glasses too.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, only I can make fun of my people.
I have glasses.
You don't wear them though.
Really?
Yeah, I have a very, very weak prescription. Like they're borderline reading glasses.
Okay,
well, no,
okay.
Actually no, they are.
My
reading
God,
glasses.
I
don't
would
know
like
why.
to see you in your glasses.
Oh, okay.
I can find them, but I
okay.
still have glasses. In fact,
so you're a fake Four Eyes, huh? You're appropriating our culture, our customs.
if you need glasses and you wear the glasses, then it's not necessarily appropriation. Fine, fuck it. Put my fucking glasses on right now.
Subscribe to my channel after
There.
watching it.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
You're not a...
as I just put on the ones with the nose and mustache.
Oh my god. No one cares about the metrics of your fucking video.
I thought you were about to say no one cares about my glasses.
No.
More people saw my video and subscribed to me than
I don't
people...
care!
Nobody cares. You're comparing apples to
Anthony!
oranges. You're comparing apples to fucking oranges.
Anthony, is Mahler in the room? No? Then who gives a shit?
People liked Mahler's original stream response, which was then re-uploaded as a video to similar effects.
No, that was just a segment that that they talked about your horrendous reading of that scene from Blade Runner, and that's on the highlights channel.
You also reversed like the shit when it comes to Blade Runner. You said some even realize they're human when it's like it's the reverse. She didn't know she was a replicant.
Now, in order to avoid sounding too subjective, I'll just leave the numbers standing without offering my perspectives on them. Just take them as you will. Also, I'd like to point out one other objective fact. One of the reasons a video is pushed harder in the algorithm is watch time. The more of a video you watch, the harder it is pushed in the algorithm.
Yes.
Which is strange, because you'd think Mahler's 7-hour vid, or even his hour...
You going somewhere with this, Anthony?
Yeah.
The long highlight vid would be pushed harder in the timeline than my 48-minute original.
No. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Now, I'm not saying that the average viewer watched more than mine, significantly shorter video than Mauler's, but I'm also not saying that's not the...
Oh, well, so once again, 48K, the fucking...
I'm not saying that I'm better.
Which, by the
way... that I'm better.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Which by the way, it's...
What saying.
Which by the way, it's like, is Mahler falling off? Compares the highlights channel, which that video got more views on the highlights channel than the highlights channel has subscribers. So go fuck yourself. And 194K is great for a 7-hour stream VOD. Go fuck yourself.
Case. Now, of course, inconsistencies can happen in video essay.
Oh my god, he changed shirts. Oh, this is for a bit. Okay.
I mean, listen. I'm pretty good at hiding any inconsistencies and avoid them myself. I mean, you probably won't find a single inconsistency in this video. I am quite good at hiding it, one could say.
These are the kind of videos you end up with when you have a severe lack of self-awareness.
No, you don't even get the pity laugh. You don't even get the, like, that's how much you annoyed her. Because she gives a pity laugh pretty easily.
God. Jesus Christ.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Fuck,
yeah, no. That genuinely, genuinely, dude. Anthony, shut the fuck up. I can't. I'm not even laughing.
This is what
I want to cry. I want to cry. No. That's like my angry laugh. Like, I'm tired of shit type of laugh.
Originally filmed a conclusion that would branch off into a bigger discussion. You know, I would go into other people inspired by Mahler and go into a whole thing about the influence he had, but I found very quickly that would be very boring to watch for you.
No, what do you mean?
No,
not really. No, they could.
We're inspired by him, and we wear that proudly on our chest.
Yeah,
because it's not that. It's like, what is your fucking problem, man?
Yeah, like, which, by the way, like, it's like, honestly, that could have been an incredibly interesting bit, in theory, of course, because it's you. It would
what
be...
happened in your fucking life, Anthony, that made you just such a sad sack that, like, you get so ass mad about this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? What does impact on your actual life does this have? Like, because as you both know, I'm sort of that pragmatist at the end of the day. That, like, I would love to do this for a full-time job, for example, but there's a possibility it can't happen. Hence why, like, I don't get, like, super duper frustrated with shit. And ultimately, it's like, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it's because of shit like this is why I don't get all super bitter like he does, because it's not worth it at the end of the day.
No, it really isn't.
It would involve watching Rags or Literature Devil, which is boring.
Okay.
Okay.
You're boring.
Yeah, you're incredibly boring. Which, well, yeah, well, no, you watching Literature Devil, the guy that you fucking lied about in your video. So, you know, probably didn't want to lie more about him. Probably realized that people would catch on, and you'd probably lie about Rags, and yeah.
I've done it before. It's not fun. But honestly, it would be mostly looking at CinemaSins tier responses.
Shut up. It's not. You're a fucking retard.
And trying to sort through what they were saying. I find it so strange how Mahler criticized CinemaSins before when his reviews are so often the same level of intellectual critique.
They're not. They're not. You've watched like you've watched like one 5-minute segment. That's it. That's all you've done. You haven't given It's so unimaginative. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. You haven't watched Mahler's content. You haven't shown that you've watched it, or at the very least, you haven't engaged with it honestly. You haven't actually consumed at least a good majority of the videos to get an idea of what of his criticism style, or how he's improved, or where he might need to improve in the future. You haven't done any of that.
You've just been an asshole.
You've been an asshole. You've lied. You've misrepresented. That's your complete and total fucking MO. Hence why you're an absolute fucking gold mine, Anthony. You're a fucking gold mine.
I feel like that moment from Troy when it's like, and that's why no one will remember your name.
True.
That's CinemaSins employs.
Then again, he's a former CBR writer. Lying and dishonesty is how he fucking made his money previously, so, you know.
Hell, they even do the same thing. Run through a movie chronologically, bit by bit by bit, pointing out any superficial criticism along the way.
Anthony, how is fuck, I'm trying to pull please tell me how the in Multiverse of Madness, or more or less the general world building of the MCU, how the fuck can the current saga of the MC how can Loki, for example, state that there is no multiverse when Doctor Strange 1 stated and established that there is a multiverse, which is brought up in the MOM video? That's not superficial. That's a major world building conflict.
That's just plot details. That's not important.
How is it in what was it? Which one was it again? Trying to remember. How is it like in Captain Marvel, like Nick Fury has the fucking beeper that calls her? Why didn't he call her, like, you know, during Avengers 1? Why didn't he call her after Thor 2? Why didn't he call her after Civil War, when, like, the Avengers split up because, you know, a bunch of tisms, because Captain Marvel would probably be needed now. Why didn't you call her? Where was another? Why didn't you call her after the shit with Ultron and the world almost fucking ended?
Oh, I thought you were about to say why not with Hydra, and it's like, okay, that wouldn't be, Carol wouldn't be needed for that.
No, not with Hydra, but with you know, Ultron almost fucking...
Ultron, the Chitauri, as you mentioned earlier.
Malekith in Thor 2, which I know people forget Thor 2 exists, but Thor 2 does exist, and Malekith was like opening portals to different dimensions. Wasn't he like gonna like destroy or merge everything together or something? I can't remember.
What movie are you talking about?
Thor: The Dark World.
What movie? It's like the moment you say it, I instantly forget it.
I wish we had Thor 2 quality MCU.
What movie?
I mean, I could just do it real quickly.
Literally all day.
Re-edit Mahler's Black Panther video into a simple CinemaSins parody, but that's a trite joke, and honestly, we're too far along in this video to make trite jokes anymore. Let's get right down to the
Shut up!
Shut the fuck up, you lazy hack. Fucking journo ass, no integrity looking ass.
Also, at the end of the day, you're not above any fucking joke. So quit kidding yourself.
Yeah.
Thoughts. You know, look at Mahler's...
We're not above, like, pointing out, like, fucking fart jokes in fucking Predator movies. Like, no one's above anything.
Video about
I still
this whole
just
topic.
Can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Why you spend so much time criticizing Patrick Willem's plot hole vid? I mean, it is a very commonly criticized vid, but I think many of Mahler's criticisms in film...
Why is that, Gramuglia? Why is that a criticized video?
Is it because
could it be that
Patrick's
he's fucking wrong
and his logic is flawed and his reasoning is terrible and he gets references wrong even by your own admission he's wrong?
Can be countered by the level of observation Willems employs. Not because it's a particularly great video, but because it runs counter to it. It argues that inconsistency is less important than how a movie makes you feel.
Yeah, we've already been over that. I'm not gonna go over it again.
Look, listen, Mauler always argues that you have to watch every second of a video before responding. And, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh, so you want to be dishonest?
I mean, he already is.
I mean, well, it's a Freudian admission of him being dishonest. It's like if you, the thing is, like, if you're gonna respond to a video, like you need to, like, if you're gonna say you're gonna skip over certain parts of the video, at the very least say you've watched it, link the video in the description and whatnot, and say, hey, if the parts that I skipped, was it anything of worth, But I did that with my Dr. Skipper video because most of it was just like a history of Godzilla, which wasn't too particularly relevant. But again, he could, you can still go and watch it and like comment on, oh yeah, skipping this, you kind of missed this context or whatever. But like I watched the whole thing. It was painful and awful.
Because the truth is, most people don't even care what Mauler has to say.
That's just not true. That citation fucking needed.
I even think his audience doesn't even care what he has to say.
You're a clown. You're an actual clown. Of course his audience cares what he has to say. When Mauler's... when
absolute stupid motherfucker.
Of course his audience cares what he has to say.
You know what the various flavors of Windows are. You understand that, when God was handing out holy prophets, you thought he said oily faucets because your mouth has diarrhea of the mouth faucet.
Okay, Xavier.
Because he's a fucking moron. He's a moron that just won't admit that he's ass mad every time. That's what it boils down to.
The amount, Mauler got backlash for the Atla take. He's gotten backlash for liking the MCU Spider-Man movies. The audience, the actual EFEP audience, he got backlash when it came to Deadpool 3. His audience didn't like his take on Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is shit, by the way. It's awful.
It's not a good movie.
Yeah. But, he's gotten backlash on certain things that he's said. There are plenty of people in his audience that think God of War Ragnarok is a stupid, woke-away, boring game. And it's like...
These people are wrong.
Yeah. People, they're... Yeah. There are a lot of people that, think he's wrong about Elden Ring. I don't know if he's right about Elden Ring. I've barely played Elden Ring. I know that some of his complaints... I've heard some of his complaints about Elden Ring. I don't know if they're valid or not, so I'm not going to comment on it, but there are people who think that he's wrong about Elden Ring that are in his audience. People care what he has to say. I care what he has to say. Wyatt cares what he has to say. A bunch of people care what he has to say.
I super care about what he has to say. Mayo cares about what he has to say. A lot of people fucking care, Anthony.
Which, by the way...
What fucking world do you live in most of the time, Anthony? Because it clearly ain't fucking reality.
Which, by the way, Mayo, if by some chance you're watching this, get that Mauler video finished, fucking coward.
Mayo, if by chance you're watching this, get back to fucking work, please.
I went through some of his streams, and I looked at the level of engagement in the video, likes and comments and all that, and there's actually a lot less than I would expect. Even his more...
But these are VODs. These are VODs. These are VODs. And EFAP.
I'm not mad. I'm just mad.
Super chat catch-ups are not popular because it's just them reading super chats. Most people don't really care about them reading super chats, but they do it because there's so many. They have so many super chats that they're literally that very often they're like 10, 12 episodes behind in these super chat catch-ups because they get so many super chats.
To the point they finally are doing the Adam and Sitch thing where it's like, all right, we're just putting this here and putting that there.
Recent streams with EFAP have gotten some pretty low viewership numbers.
On the VOD channel. On the VOD channel. On the secondary re-upload channel.
Like, I don't think he, in the wise words of that old lady from Predator 2, I don't think he gives a shit.
You scummy snake in the grass journo motherfucker. Can you not be a journo for one? Can you get the journo mentality of lying out of just out of your system for 5 minutes, please?
No.
You can take the man out of the you can take the man out of the journo, but you can't take the journo out of the man.
All things considered, I could go over all of Mahler's individual critiques over film, but
maybe you should.
I could do this. I could do that. You know what I could do? I could take a pee. That's what I'm gonna go do.
All right. Well, while you go take a pee, I'm gonna go take my medication because it's late. And fuck it, I guess we're finishing this shit.
Yeah, I just enjoyed a nice pee. Time to drink more floor ginger ale. I like that idea that it's like this isn't like a bottle of ginger ale that's just on my floor. It's more just that the floor produces ginger ale.
Oh my god.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that. And like I just look at this in the future. What would that even mean? Produces ginger. What, like it just comes out of the floor and you're just always stepping in ginger ale?
Like I did a good job.
Alright.
Even though it irritated the shit out of me.
Alright. Medication taken. We got 11 more minutes. We might as well finish this up.
Why are you like this?
I don't know. I ask myself that all the time.
You know, look how he interacts with the medium and all that, but
because then
I don't
stop.
really think I need to.
Yes, well, yes, you do, Tony.
It's time to stop.
You really do, Tony. You actually do. And the reason why you don't is because deep down you know that, like, all this shit that you've just said, like, the majority of it is just fucking incorrect. Because if you actually showed, like, the more substantive points Mahler has in a lot of his critiques, you'd realize that you're wrong. Because you probably know you're wrong.
Because I get him already. He makes sense to me. And I find...
No, he doesn't.
Him boring.
Boring is such a fundamentally worthless criticism.
We find you boring, Anthony.
Yeah, it's such a fundamentally worthless criticism because it's so subjective that I just throw it out.
Sorry, what word did you say?
Exactly.
I find him so uninteresting.
We find you uninteresting. We could keep doing this all goddamn day, Anthony. Like, because how we feel about people actually is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I could like if I found this, like if you were correct in every point you made in this video, I'd probably still find it boring because the way you structure your videos and the way you present yourself is boring. But at least the video wouldn't be bad. But it's bad and boring.
Even with our hypothetical perfect movie, we've admitted multiple times we wouldn't watch it.
True.
Because our metaphorical perfect movie is a chair in a room.
Mm-hmm.
What else would...
God.
Like, that's just it.
Yeah, but like it, like the thing is though, you barely showed any. You showed Mahler's explanation of how he goes over things and all that stuff from the TFA Part 1. You showed like 3 examples from his other videos. That's it. One of which from the MOM video, which wasn't even like the best, most substantive point in that video.
The thing that stinks about Mahler, in my opinion, is that he's stagnant.
Your opinion is shit. And no, he's not stagnant at all.
He is far from stagnant. In fact, we're finally, we get new ideas all the time. A couple years ago was the multimedia medleys. With this, it's now the retarded Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't really changed since that video came out that we're looking at right now. He's this.
That's just not true.
Very much not true, Milo.
You can't compare the Fallout video or the Multiverse of Madness Unbridled Rage and compare that to Black Panther and Unbridled Rage. Like, they're 2 different videos, 2 different beasts. One is very obviously he's honed his craft and refined it.
Same
crap.
He surrounded himself by people who embrace his style of reviewing. They tell him that he's great, and they pump him up.
It's called having friends, you jackass.
And there are times where he's pushed back on by his friends, and he pushes back on his friends. He's not in a fucking echo chamber.
Literally, almost any episode of Open Bar where he and Drinker get into a little, not even a spat, the Fallout debate.
Yep.
All that.
Fallout video would have been really good for you to bring up, Tony. The Fallout video is really good. And it's not just going over a thing, summarizing it plot point by plot point. Neither is the Unbridled Rampage. Neither of any of his old game reviews. Neither is The Father. Neither is really even the Alien Romulus video.
And because of that, he's not around people who are really critical of him.
Does that? I don't even think that. I mean, so.
Like, yeah, he's around people who disagree with him, but not fundamentally critical of his style of reviewing. He hasn't changed since that Patricia Taxon video. He has the same approach to media.
What's wrong with that? If you feel as if that your approach and your method works, maybe like it needs a couple of tweaks here and there just from experience, but if you believe it fundamentally works, why should you change it?
You have no need to change it.
And if it does work, at least more often than not, then you don't have to change it. Like my car air filter, it's a bit dirty, but I don't need to change it.
Yes, no, you need to destroy it.
Throw it into the fire, destroy it.
No.
And he takes real criticism, like this Bomber guy, trying to politely explain to him why he disagrees with Mahler's method.
He wasn't. I mean,
he wasn't being polite at all.
He was being a condescending prick.
You ever tasted something and then not wanted to finish a meal? It's like.
But like, just chill out. It's
prick.
Like, yeah, he was being a condescending prick.
He takes it like an act of war. Like,
no, he doesn't. You're making shit up. You're making things up.
Think what's the closest we would say he's like ever come to like actively being like, that's it. Of course, this means war.
Joseph Anderson's video on Selma.
Oh, we called him a massive faggot?
Yeah. But more importantly, he commented on Joseph Anderson's video about Soma, saying, by the way, I'm going to make my own video on this, and I find this video to be dreadful. So yeah, that's like the closest that I can think of that's happened. What was it? What was... Oh, God, there was another one. Synthetic Man, maybe? Hassan. Hassan in denims.
Hassan, XQC, and denims, and even then, like, he's not even actually like going to war with XQC because he's debated him, and like that's where we just found out that like XQC just doesn't fucking care.
Where he's gone, you could say he's gone to war with Hassan in denims, specifically because Hassan stole, basically chair reacted to one of his friends' videos.
Yeah, you ever want to like the equivalent of the fucking Wendigoon like character assassination like attempt?
Yeah, in Praise of Shadows.
Yeah, the In Praise of Shadows thing, like, but for media analysis people, like, you went after Jay of all people. That's immediately sicking the wolves.
And plus, Jack Saint attacked Mahler first as well. And Patty Chan attacked Wolf first with his forced diversity video. So like
You know who it reminds me of? Lily Orchard.
Don't you fucking... Don't...
Hey,
no.
Jake, what other content creator do we have a lot of experience dealing with?
Lily fucking Orchard and her fucking insanely retarded takes. Her absolutely insanely nonsensical takes. And the thing is, like, you can't compare them, like, at all. They are incomparable. Lily Orchard is far more vitriolic, and she's far more dishonest as well.
She's also just a cunt.
Yeah, that too. She just wishes she actually had one. Ha ha.
Yeah, both Mahler and Lily Orchard have not changed since 2018, 2019.
I don't believe you.
So Lily Orchard needs to change because Lily Orchard is just wrong. Constantly, all the time. Mahler's approach works, and here's the thing, he has tweaked it. He has tweaked his videos as well.
He has to.
Yeah.
Evolve or die.
Yeah. So, like... They're incomparable.
They first became famous over a overly long review of a particular piece of media.
We're actually doing this. All right, game on. So, Lily Orchard has been has made the Steven Universe video and then made the constant fight as if for validation because of that stupid fucking video, and it's bugged her ever since, and it's made me just laugh because it's fun to just watch things bother people because I'm an asshole, and so even to the point where Lily couldn't deal with the stress of having that opposite opinion, so eventually she just fucking caved and went fine, I was wrong, but Steven Universe, and it's just you caved.
Yeah, I mean, Mahler's pretty much moved on from The Last Jedi. Everyone has.
We all have. We only bring it up during videos or something because it's just easy to reach for.
And garnered an audience of loyal devotees who never forced them to grow.
I've been listening to this audio for the past 40 minutes.
40 minutes? It's been almost 3 hours.
Well, their time, my bad. Because this audio has been playing constantly, and it's actually annoying the fuck out of me.
The backing track, yeah.
Oh, sorry, because we genuinely thought you were talking about the video. I was like, nah.
I mean,
or the recording. I mean,
because he has the song has been sitting here playing in my ear every time I listen to the video over and over and over and over, and I'm like, stop! You could have chose a different song and.
Or pick one that's actually more your style. For example, there's
it sounds like we're walking into a boss battle.
Everybody picks Persona music when they're trying to be hey, I'm playing cool video game music.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think the last review that I did, when I was talking about something, I think it was mentioned in the Dark Knight video. Not only did they use like some chill lo-fi beats, but I even included like I included like bits from like Bully, for example, like the cruising around the school music, because it's just different from hearing that fucking Persona music for the 50th goddamn time.
I'd probably still use Persona music because I like Persona music.
I like Persona music as well, but it's like reach for something else. Reach for a different tool in your box.
Fine then, I'll go to Pokemon music.
I mean, good luck in that legal battle.
Nintendo can eat my ass.
Treated their critics like the enemy. They were never.
No, he doesn't. At least not to the same extent as Lily does.
Really,
Lily genuinely like just hates. That's just all I have to say about that. Just hates.
Yeah.
With them.
It's kind of clear that like Ant has never played a Pokemon game in his life. I mean, his watch stream had 2 other people making all of his complaints for him.
At this juncture, however, thanks to months of discussion, most points have been brought to the logical.
Apparently Lily Orchard made like a 6-hour Pokemon video that was really bad. I'm not gonna watch it. And it's 6 hours of Lily Orchard. Go fuck yourself.
You're making me suffer through an hour and 45 minutes of Anthony. You're at the very least suffering through 2 hours.
No.
You owe me that extra 15 minutes, you motherfucker.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Either that or the next Kong movie. What's it gonna be, Magic Man?
Neither.
Magic Man.
Neither, faggot. I ain't doing either.
Baseline.
He's gonna do it,
and apparently haven't heard a single counter argument, still trailing.
He's gonna watch the new.
No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching Supernova. Go fuck yourself.
It's gonna happen.
I'm not watching Supernova. Go fuck yourself.
The more you accept that this is gonna happen, the more pleasure you will feel.
You will have to pay me
pleasure.
To watch it. You'll have to pay me to watch it.
Yeah, because after like the 17th ram and he's bled a little bit, like it'll start to hit his prostate and he'll enjoy it.
Honey.
The least you can do is subscribe to my Patreon, bitch.
I thought you were gonna say the least you could do is use lube.
Lube is for cowards.
That's what he always does. He usually needs like, if he doesn't have someone else to say things for him, he tends to waffle off on weird tangents that mean nothing and go nowhere.
Did Lily Orchard just say something correct?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It is possible.
Look, Dead Space. Topical.
It's the original. Alright, come on. Do the
This video
sprint.
was very confusing in structure, conflating his feelings with facts while presenting that the entire genre is fundamentally broken.
Somebody actually
pause for a second. For those who don't know, I kind of kept losing my mind as I was trying to show these people. It's like, guys, the Necromorphs used to be faster, and like it only happened once, and I had to show them like when it happened in editing. It's like that they did the full-on like Berserker sprint.
Which, by the way, these two like things you're splicing together, Tony, these are not comparable, like at all.
Not making any sense, to be honest.
Lily is bitching and moaning about your response to her Pokemon video, and Mahler is like the clip just showed is talking about Joseph Anderson thinking an entire genre of video game is inherently flawed because you restart when you die from the last checkpoint or whatever. Which by that logic, the video games as an entire genre are flawed, because where's the suspense and where's the tension when you're like in, I don't know, playing Call of Duty and you're in a firefight, or when you're Rainbow Six or Ready or Not, you know, it's like, oh, well, you die. Okay. Now, maybe Ready or Not's a bad example, because if you die, the mission just fails and you're booted back to mission select. But like in like single player Call of Duty, You're in a firefight, you die, you go back to the next checkpoint. Oh, tension's gone. You can just keep trying over and over and over again. Oh, what's that?
It's like the Filmento thing where it's like, because there's multiple, it's not scary. When it's like, what? Fuck you, man.
Even though depending on the level, especially when you get like with like Dark Souls and whatnot, like sometimes like the constant like death and coming back, it's like that can enhance the experience because now you know what's happening. Now you know what to do. It heightens the tension because now you potentially know the path forward, and it's up to you and your skill to actually execute it. But you know, compare that to Lily Orchard on bitching about Tony's video about her.
I think like one group of people actually pointed out, like in his video, of like how YouTube critics are lying to you, in that when talking about me, he goes on for like 5 minutes saying, check out this other video or this live stream about Lily, and says nothing tangible.
They are fully aware.
Oh my god, stop making Lily sound correct.
Not only correct, but coherent.
Yeah.
Aware of the difference between objectivity and subjectivity, and they know when content is poorly made. It simply doesn't apply when it's their sacred cow. Thus, they end up taking criticism as a personal insult, but good lord, that is not the case.
But
yeah, okay, that's true though. That's the problem.
Now, because bad trans woman Nino said the same things everyone's been saying for years, now suddenly it needs its honor defended? What a fucking bunch, what a load.
Okay, that right there is a bit vitriolic because had to bring the trans element in, because gotta imply the transphobia, gotta play the victim, right, Lily? You gotta be the victim all the fucking time, you stupid cow.
Here's hoping Ant gets plowed on the highway by a truck.
Oh, okay, that's just a genuinely shitty thing to do.
No matter what, like even Anthony, like you will say this now. We do not wish death upon you.
No.
As funny as it would be, I kid.
Yeah, like genuinely, we don't want anything, any physical harm to come to him at all.
Yeah, because just because we disagree with you, like we're not shitty people.
Yeah,
like, it's just
you're not Hassan levels of bad. You're not you're not Hassan.
You're getting there.
We don't talk about there.
You're getting there if you keep fucking being an asshole, though.
Well, I mean, he did basically say that Shoe on Head is a conservative and slandered her, and I don't know, and I'm not sure how Max would feel about him slandering his wife.
I was gonna say, well, now Max is gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, we can't stop him.
Mauler will give him this. He'll debate his opponents, but it's like on his terms. It's like, also, faint praise. I don't think Mauler has ever DMCA struck down criticisms of him, though. I don't think anyway. We'll find.
No, he hasn't at all.
He hasn't. That's what makes Mauler such a decent person, and what makes Lily a fucking shithead.
Yeah, she's awful.
Yeah. People tried to bring that up when I fucking when I DMCA'd those fucking reaction streams, but well, first of all, there's a difference between showing an image for 2 seconds and watching a video in its entirety.
I mean, if you're pausing frequently and giving commentary, you're transforming the media. Go fuck yourself, you stupid cunt.
I mean, we don't know the context of who did the thing. I don't know. It's just an awkward thing.
The thing is, I don't trust Lily. She's a deceptive, dishonest piece of shit.
I don't trust her either, and now could you throw up on your other monitor, see if any of our stuff on her has been
no, it hasn't.
Has been touched.
It hasn't, no.
Okay, good.
And second of all, I mostly keep doing that just to be annoying, really.
Oh, okay, so it's just flat out admitting abusing the system.
So you're part of the reason why the system will never get fucking fixed.
Yep, I hope your channel gets taken down, Lily. You fucking scum.
What you're doing is illegal.
Absolute, complete and total fucking scumbag. I will say this: Tony is a lying scumfuck, but he is not as bad as Lily in that regard.
Gross.
Just being a little pest.
Yeah, just being a pest, poisoning them in the algorithm. That's the thing. When you get DMCA claimed, you get poisoned in the fucking algorithm.
Oh my! So you're also undermining people who do it for a job as well. Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, so Lily Orchard is objectively worse than Molly. Good, yeah, she's objectively worse than Tony.
Nutjob's got like more videos up reacting to me. They aren't getting anywhere near the attention. Look, if these people were like sitting beside me in real life, I'd be fucking dunking their head in the goddamn toilet.
Oh, so physical. God damn, man. God, why?
So you want to get arrested?
Well, yeah, Lily Orchard's a piece of shit. There's also lots of allegations about certain things she did before in the before times.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. Allegations of pedophilic incest.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Engaging with criticism fairly. If you really want to engage with criticism fairly, you don't respond to individual works of criticism.
You do, actually.
You do. Yes, you do. It's called giving examples of certain criticisms that you face. It's like, oh, this has been said to me. Oh, okay. Then this is the person that said it. Here's the reference of it. Okay. I'm going to respond to this person saying this. And like, what if someone just flat out lies about you, Tony? What if someone just flat out lies about you, like what Quentin did to Rags and Mahler, or what Jack Saint and Patty Chan did to Mahler, and also Wolf as well. Yeah, like if someone just flat out lies about you, if someone like lied about me, like personally made a video about me, I'd respond to that because you're lying about me. Like it's a concerted effort to try and undermine me on like not like demonstrate that my references and are wrong, but also that but also try to like harm my character. Not based on my actions, but just based on any sort of perceived because I think differently from you. Not in like a bad sense, but just because you just don't agree with me, just on a fundamental level, and you're trying. Yeah, no, you have every right to respond to people who do that. Like Tony, if you responded to like any of the stuff that we made about you, that's fine.
Bring it.
Not only bring it, but like it's like if you feel as if our criticisms of you are unfair, then go ahead, respond. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think you'll ever see these.
It'd also be wrong.
Yeah, but like that's fine. I have no problem with that.
You just take it, say thank you.
Make fun of me though. You have a death wish.
You just take the criticism. Don't respond to it if you feel as if it's inaccurate. Don't respond to it if it's clearly dishonest and deceptive. Don't respond.
You're a cuck.
Yeah, you're a fucking cuck. You're the one that's in the fucking cuck chair. Like Jesus Christ, just take the criticism. Doesn't matter what it is. Just take it. Like.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Is your entire mentality, Anthony, and I don't respect you on that part.
Yeah.
You don't. And it's that simple. Mahler, I feel, hasn't grown. And I think that's what depresses me about this topic so much. He hasn't changed. And he won't change. This video won't change him. If H-Bomber Guy can't change him, I have no chance of it either.
Even if we assume that's true, if a method works, it works. That's just how it is. If it works, it works. You can tweak the method. You can tweak the method and adjust it depending on what you're reviewing. If you find a flaw in the method that you didn't previously see, change it and tweak change it. But if the method in general works, then it works. Continue to do it. You could certainly switch up the video presentation style, which Mahler has multiple times, but like, which is why I know you haven't watched it, you haven't done your research, because again, you're ass mad that he responded to you.
And I'm not gonna bother trying to. Everyone.
No one gives a shit.
You're a fucking coward.
Yeah, you're also a coward. That too.
Around him has improved dramatically. Look at Chris Stuckman. Again, someone that Mahler repeatedly attacked and criticized.
I feel like every time like he says something like just absolutely moronic and stupid, I've done like that comedic like turning my fucking head as if like he just said something moronic and stupid. Because he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because Stuckman has changed. You are correct.
For the worse. For the worst.
For the worst.
Yeah, like even in his older videos, he was maybe a bit too animated. Even if his points were wrong, he at least sounded like energetic. He sounded like he was into it. He didn't sound fucking dead and boring and monotone. He actually said things. He made certain definitive statements that he stood by, even if they were wrong. Regardless, they were definitive statements.
This film was made by so and so, and then they did such and such. That's all for my review. Don't be afraid to get Stuckmanized.
Yeah, that's what Yep.
Made a movie with Mike Flanagan producing it. Mike Flanagan, the same guy who did Doctor Sleep and The Haunting of Hill House, movies that are really great. I
think of Hill House as a show.
Mahler's ever even talked about on his channel. I mean, maybe.
It hasn't come out yet. Well, actually, it did finally come out, except it's been a limited release.
Wait,
and I and I were supposed to watch it.
Producing it. Mike Flanagan, the same guy who did Doctor Sleep and The Haunting of Hill House, movies that are really great. I don't think Mahler's ever even talked about in his.
He's talked about The Haunting of Hill House. There's like a 4-hour EFAT mini about it.
Blind Manor! The fucking... Then there's the vampire one that I forgot the name of. Like...
Well, Haunting in Venice, I think.
The point being...
He's talked about Hill House multiple times and praised it, as well as Blind Manor. Shut the fuck up. You didn't do your research.
They love Mike Flanagan shit on EFAP. It is... Like... It is... Oh, you fucking moron.
I'm pretty sure they have a 4-hour
tismoid.
A 4-hour EFAP mini, because this was before EFAP TV. Like a 4-hour EFAP mini, like watching Haunting of Hill House. So you're just wrong about that. And guess what? Mahler's written for a short film for like that Trial by Fire Kickstarter. He also wrote for a comic for the Rippaverse. Like, I know Drinker and Eric July are people that you don't like, but he's actually done like writing work. He's actually worked on projects that may not be like super.
He's done something with his life, Anthony. What have you done?
He was also the narrator for that Ant game as well. So, he's done projects. Maybe not as big as like a movie that's being released that has limited release in theaters, but he's done things.
Channel. I mean, maybe he has. I haven't looked at every 350 episodes of EFAP, but whatever.
Going strong.
Yeah, I mean, like if you were truly here to talk about it, then you would have. But you're lazy. Or at the very least, like watch like the more popular ones at least.
Look at H Bomber Guy. Look at Jack Saint.
Jack Saint's a fucking hack. Patrick Willems is a shithead.
Yeah, hey, Anthony, no. I don't think I will.
Yeah. Well, no, I got that reversed. Jack Saint is a shithead and Patrick Willems is a hack.
Patrick Willems. All of them have improved and changed and grown in the last 6 years. All of their styles have been perfected and evolved.
So has Mahler's. You just refuse to acknowledge it because you don't like him.
Thanks to engaging with feedback.
Mahler has also engaged with feedback. He's said so multiple times.
Thanks to their own process of growth.
Again, you didn't watch Mahler's any of his solo content on his main channel either. to see how it's grown and evolved. So, like, shut the fuck up.
And I think it's really sad to me that he hasn't grown at all.
No, it's not sad to you. I don't believe you. I don't think you think
he's just hating.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I love being a hater. Being a hater is fun. Being a hater is so much fucking fun. Come on. You can't. You got to admit there's some level of joy being a hater.
I prefer to actually like I don't get me wrong. I will point out the negative, but I also do enjoy pointing out the good. It's kind of say what you will about the ARP guys and like our different philosophies towards doing stuff. They have definitely beaten it into me. It's like there's a lot to be said about the positive when it comes to film.
Oh, 100%.
And to not just constantly point at the negative and to be angry all the time.
Oh, 100%. I do more positive stuff, but I'm not good at doing positive stuff. I'm really bad at it. Every time I try, it's just like,
we're working on it with you.
Yeah. Watch my Pumpkinhead video. That's overwhelmingly positive. That one right there. Lots of love went into that one because that's my favorite horror movie and one of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely adore it. It's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination. Certainly not, but like it is worth a watch. It is worth a watch.
Very much is.
Same person he was all those years ago. On stream a few.
He's not.
Weeks ago, he responded to one of Rags'.
Or he is, but you know what I mean.
Videos. One of EFAP's most prominent members, and
he's one of the hosts. So yes.
The biggest comment I got on stream was, "Wow, Rags is saying the exact same things he used to say 6 years ago."
It's called consistency.
Yeah. He hasn't changed his perspective, or at least changed it that much because he probably feels as if he didn't need to, because he feels as if he's right on a lot of things. If somebody feels as if that their method or their opinions are mostly correct, maybe with again a couple of tweaks, then they're not going to change it.
They don't need to.
Exactly. It's like the humble crocodile. If I don't need to massively change how I live and my body plan when I'm already one of the most fucking broken mid-max species on the planet, fucking HIV ain't got shit on me, then why bother? Why bother changing?
Why did you say it like that?
Crocodilians have resistance to so many fucking diseases, including HIV.
Yeah, why did you have to say it like that, though?
Because crocodiles are awesome, and it's true. And like I think it's their stomach linings are being looked into as like, or the like something that lines their stomach I think is being looked into as having like anti-cancer properties. Something about their physiology has anti-cancer properties that research is being done with. Crocodiles are cool. Crocodiles are really cool. Crocodilians in general are cool.
He hasn't changed. None of them have changed. None of them have grown. They're still like it. You would think after watching so many movies and having so much critical analysis under their belts, they might grow, but they haven't.
God. You act as if, like, if you watch a bunch of movies, you're like, or you consume a lot of media, your analysis method will change. When that's just
a lot of these people think that.
When that's really not the case. If anything, like especially with all this modern slop that we've been getting for the past like decade or near decade, since like 2016 is sort of like the year where it all fucking started. Like if anything, like your method would be reaffirmed as being good. Because what you've done is you're able to demonstrate that a lot of this fucking mainstream slop is just that. It's slop with no substance, no coherency, no reason for it to even like have to for it to have been made. Like again, like it's if you feel as if your method works, the best you can do is tweak it. You don't need to change it. And Mahler has tweaked the method. He's tweaked his review style. He's changed up the presentation. Like I said, the Black Panther Unbridled Rage and the Multiverse of Madness Unbridled Cataclysm, they are so vastly different. So much more effort is put into the Unbridled Cataclysm. He's not just rushing it out to like try and be relevant. He's taking his time with it. He's being more meticulous.
And he's continuing to take his time with the TFA video.
Yeah, and we're getting that Star Wars Outlaws giant jumbo video, and I cannot wait for that. That's gonna be fucking amazing.
And it's really depressing to watch. I find it more sad.
I don't believe you.
Mahler sees criticism as an attack. I'm sure he's gonna respond to this video too.
Probably
he's not.
Well, he probably did. Well, didn't he say that Tony isn't worth responding to after the first time?
I think so, and that's why they've stopped looking at things like Organized Chaos
and Synthetic Man as well. They kind of did the ultimate expose of a Synthetic Man. There's really not much more to say.
Still mad. Still mad.
Mm-hmm. But as I've been alluding to all this time, I'm not particularly worried about that. Because, A, he's already criticized me. So, you know, I know what to expect. Big deal. But also...
You want it to happen.
You're bumhurt, though.
You want it to happen. It's good for business, which I can understand from that perspective. But you want it to happen. You so want it to happen.
Everything he's criticized has gotten a boost thanks to Mahler. Jenny Nicholson, with her Joker review, got a massive influx of positive viewers.
Okay.
Because they thought it was ridiculous. Mahler made a 11-hour, 12-hour stream about her.
No, it wasn't about her. Only 3 hours of it was about her.
Yeah, she can be as mad as she can be as mad as she fucking wants. When it comes to that, she's still wrong.
And the people that like giggle, you made an 11-hour video on a woman's like, no, only 3 hours of it was pertained to Jenny Nicholson. The rest of it was super chats and going around angry Jew. And you yourself admitted it wasn't all about Jenny Nicholson. And anyways, who fucking cares if it gave the fucking video a boost? Literally, no one fucking cares. It's utterly fucking irrelevant. My God, script your shit better. Like seriously. Like if there is any criticism that you can take away from this, like if you watch this by some reason, script better. Like string your sentences better. Edit better. Keep on track better. Fucking hell.
Honestly, also just learn that you genuinely don't need the 1 hour plus videos, man. You ain't got nothing to say.
You're at least with the 5 hours and 50 minutes, there are things being said, very relevant things being said throughout.
At least with our 1 hour, like our Dead Space playthrough has a shit ton to say. Because I'm actively talking about comparisons. I'm actively showing you all what has been changed, what all's been what new additions have been made to the overall story. As we talked about during the last recording that comes out tomorrow that this is being made was the investigation that Nicole was having. How that enhances the narrative. We have things to say and we use our time properly. Anthony, you have done none of that. In fact, if anything, you've wasted our time so much.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
And yeah, I know the whole stream wasn't about the Jenny Nicholson review, but the optics were pretty clear.
Shut up. Shut up on the fucking optics, man. Who actually fucking cares?
If the people are gonna comment about
Are
it,
you a child? Are you a fucking child that can't look past the surface level horse shit when it comes to what these people do for their fucking job? Because I don't think you can. I think you're so hung up on this that you're genuinely going to be thinking about it. You're probably still thinking about this now. And this video is fucking old as shit.
By internet's terms, yeah.
And no one actually finished the stream.
Because it's all you fucking care about, man.
I finished the stream. A lot of people finished the fucking stream.
Genuinely move on with your life, dude.
You're talking about the 250,000 people that watched the fucking VOD didn't finish the stream. You're talking nobody stuck around to the end of the stream that was watching it in real time. Like,
oh no, what a nightmare.
Well, it's also just statistically not true.
You know? So, no one really cared.
Oh.
It's just very depressing to me because this guy used to be...
There are plenty of people that fucking cared. Like, fucking hell, shut...
Very promising reviewer. As much as I criticize the guy, there were many points, as I alluded to, in this video that I watched, in the various things I saw of him, where I'm like, yeah... That's a decent argument. That's a decent point. Mahler really could have been a really great reviewer.
He is.
The
thing is, just because he doesn't measure up to your fucking retarded standards doesn't mean that he's bad. Just because you find the method of criticism fundamentally boring doesn't mean it's not, good. Doesn't mean it's inherently flawed.
And it's most definitely not gonna go to your standards.
Like fucking if you look on his channel, like like the majority of his recent videos get like 2, 3, 4, 5 times the amount of viewers that the amount of views above his subscriber count. Clearly people give a shit what he has to say. And and the thing is, I don't believe you. Well, at least not entirely.
He could have evolved into someone on par with H-Bomber Guy had he just not been in his own way.
You never explained why he was in his own way. You just prattled on about a bunch of stupid, retarded nonsense.
But
how is he in his own way?
I don't fucking know.
How is
like we haven't even found the point?
No, we haven't.
That you were trying to make at all.
No, the thing is, this is what fucking Tony does. Like, he prattles on a bunch fucking shit. He doesn't even attempt to string it together. Fucking fails, and then it comes to like conclusions that are like this. It's like I don't. You didn't explain how he gets in his own way, or like if you did, it was like, again, this is video 4. We do these late. I'm fucking tired. We're almost done. So like, I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Guys like H-Bomber Guy, Patrick Willems, everyone, they're all improving, and they're all gaining momentum, but not Mahler.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, did his music fucking change finally?
Yes.
I think it did.
For the love of God.
Also, yeah, nah, you're a moron.
Man?
Not you, Anthony. Yeah, just
no.
Gonna be like you fucking idiot.
Yeah, but no.
No, I know you were talking about him, but like the way you said it, I was teasing you.
Yeah, but no, Mahler has done the thing that you said he didn't.
Mahler is projected to lose subscribers on both his Mueller channel, the Every Frame of Pause.
Nice fucking try. I was on the fucking website. I forgot what it's called. I always forget it. But so I was on Social Blade literally fucking a couple days ago because I was like, I wonder how many subscribers Jim Sterling has lost recently, because like Jim just constantly keeps losing fucking people. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do this other stuff. Yeah. You want to know how much Mueller earned? Like when I checked, Mueller from just like people watching videos has earned over like $5,000, and that's still going. Like he's still gaining subscribers. It's it's always bit like static at the moment because the whales have found what they want to watch, so they will constantly keep giving them money. In this, they have reached the comfortable zone, Anthony. They don't need not necessarily to try anymore, but they don't need to try to earn new people. That's just how the game works. They also are just gaining people. He's lying.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I think everyone here is dead except for me.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Oh,
3 more minutes, pal.
And now Slur is talking like an anti-power scaler. Okay, whatever.
I've been ignoring your conversation all fucking day.
Well, yeah, he's trying. I love the man to death, but he's trying to get into he's trying to do a weird power scaling conversation and not really understanding the thing. But that's whatever.
Main channel and on his main Mauler account. Hell, on his main Mauler account, he's only made 5 videos in the last 2 years.
Because they take a while to make. He spends an astronomical amount of time on it. Like, oh, I have to wait a year, but I get like a nearly 6-hour video. Oh no.
He's made an EFAP every week, but that's what he's become known for.
Well, yeah, there's streams. They're easier.
He's become the guy who makes fun of people online.
Okay. There are plenty of people that
and
are known
by
that.
And what are you doing?
Yeah.
No longer a film critic.
But he
shut up.
But he literally has EFAPs where they break down movies and go over their issues or merits. So yes, he's still a film critic. So shut your fucking stupid mouth.
He's no longer a media critic. He gets views to make fun of the big blockbusters, sure, but you don't see the risks he took with, say, watching The Father. I find that the saddest
risks.
Thing. That's not a risk.
He just talked about a movie he liked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in all reality, what the biggest risk, actually, he did?
The TLJ video?
Infinity War.
Oh, yeah, when he praised it.
Unbridled praise. He took the biggest risk with that because he was known as the unbridled rage guy.
Because
and here he is making a praise.
Yep.
It is actually decent. It's not a bad review. It's of his same style. It's in that same method, but it...
I mean, no, it is very much not in the same style as, his other videos. He doesn't do chronological order stuff in that.
It's actually a decent review that reflects decent critical instincts. But, and there's the big but, he will never go back to that because...
How do you know that? He said he's going to do a praise of Civil War one day. And that's probably... And knowing him, it's going to be 7 hours long.
And it's going to take 6 years to make.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, Mahler. You take fucking forever. But, I'm not even saying that in a good or a bad way. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Weakest performing videos. He chases the trends. That's
no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
If that was the case, he'd be what would happen, Anthony, if he was chasing trends? EFAP would be 45 minutes.
It'd be 45 minutes. They'd praise the Mandalorian
because the podcast timer. I don't know if you guys have noticed it because I've been keeping an eye on these big movie channels. the length of an average podcast now has gone even further down. It's like it was an hour like a couple years ago. Now it's 45 minutes to half hour. And it's like it's not a podcast. It's the episode. That's the length of a TV show on a good day.
Yeah.
Why, of the last 5 videos he did, 2 are on Marvel, 1's on Star Wars, and the other's on Fallout.
Yeah, which he went against the grain with that one. Everyone loved the Fallout show, and he said, no, it's shit. Everyone, a lot of people loved Ahsoka, but he said, no, it's shit.
Like, in fact, he then said the controversial take of Star Wars cannot grow up.
And then everyone loved Alien Romulus, and he said, no, it's shit. So, yeah, he goes against the fucking grain. Shut up.
Yeah, his community Romulus was shit.
It was bad.
And Reddit is full of people who they post videos from other users saying, ooh, I can't wait for EFAP to cover this one and make fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking spectacle.
Yeah, because people want to see that. Who cares?
And there's fewer and fewer people on all those Reddit threads. Because
who gives a shit?
The audience is shrinking.
It's not, though. It's really not.
People grow out of it. They want something deeper. They want something different.
Then you haven't watched any of his recent stuff then. or you, whatever.
And there are other people on the platform willing and able to provide something more substantial. It's
fuck off.
Well, like you. Are you gonna say you?
No, he's not.
I feel like you're gonna say you.
Because you can see the potential. You can see elements of it that could have spurned on to something better in these old...
I mean, they did.
Shut up.
They did.
Videos. But it's not going to happen. Because he won't let it happen.
Well, it already happened, so you're wrong.
The whole experience of this has left me feeling more sad for Maul than anything.
No, you don't. No, you
really,
fucking
for real, though.
No, you fucking don't. You fucking petty ass mad asshole.
Even if he responds and makes fun of me, I still feel a degree of pity for him. He's a victim of his own success. At least his own early success. He became popular enough to wall himself off from further feedback that could help him grow. And he didn't know how to take it. He didn't know how to grow from it.
I smell bullshit.
He saw the entire critical landscape on YouTube as his enemy, and thus...
No, he does. You know what? Fuck it, we're done.
Yeah, because I smelt bullshit.
Yeah, we're done.
No, we've got a minute. Just fucking do it.
Okay.
He's angry.
Became an enemy to the rest of YouTube's critical sphere.
No, he
and
didn't.
as the enemy,
No, he didn't.
What's the enemy?
He's your enemy, but like he's not.
Right, but who is not anybody else?
Demisery.
Everyone wants to be an enemy.
Hi ho, the Dario. Everybody wants to be Mario.
Grow. He helped them get better, and all of them got better, except for Mauler.
Shut up.
Shut up.
He did. You didn't pay attention. You didn't, or you didn't watch.
He remained stagnant.
You remain stagnant.
You.
I don't think he realizes that his best days are behind him. He's peaked as a creator on this platform.
Oh, no, he's not. That Star Wars Outlaw videos, I'm going to predict he's going to do gangbusters. Then I think he said that he's going to release more videos next year as well, more than one. So...
Also, if he peaked as a content creator, why is he still making more money than you?
Yeah.
While having a staff.
I don't think he can ever recover.
Recover from what?
He's literally basing this off
what?
He's basing the numbers off the fucking VOD channel. That's fucking sad and pathetic.
I mean, you kind of just
because he knows that his main channel has more views, like more
You just
subs.
boiled him down in a nutshell, Jake. Sad and pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I don't think so.
Shut up.
It's unfortunate, but There's a lesson to learn from that. Never isolate yourself from feedback. Never make the rest of a community your enemy. Always embrace and grow. Learn from the mistakes and successes of those around you. Don't make everyone your enemy. But remember they're your competition. And competition can always help bolster your own success by learning and picking, seeing, oh, what did they do?
All right, shut the fuck
Here,
up.
here,
I'm
here,
sorry,
here,
we're done.
here.
We're done.
It's only good advice if you use it.
We're done. Just shut the fuck up, Tony. Wait. All right. Goodbye, everyone. We're finally done. Subscribe to Yarp.
Dead Space video. I'll be making the full playlist sooner or later.
New Empire video is being worked on. Progress is being made at a decent pace. Hopefully, it'll be out. It'll certainly be out in November.
We did a review of Primitive War. It was fine. Yeah. It was shit.
Fine.
I couldn't lie to myself.
Yeah, movie's not particularly great. Book is better. Read the book.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.